Nation 2, the Big Brother Nation, corporate incarceration.
We don't need to have his identity certified.
Uncertified.
He is just a man, cold and proud and dignified. And I'm telling you that he ain't gonna do this for his health. Quit his statue.
Hospital Porters, Pride and Dignity, Stop the New World Order. Welcome to Hapanwo TV. Right, well, I have decided to tell you about something. Something very, very odd indeed. I was sitting in a park the other day, just relaxing, minding my own business, having a pretty ordinary day, when something very strange happened. Have a look at this. Right, well here it is. This is what the monkey gave me. This rather strange briefcase. It was actually quite funny because I felt quite important carrying this around. When I carried it home with me, and I was walking down the street, and people were giving me strange looks as if to say, "Oh my goodness, what's he doing? What's that scruffy labourer doing carrying that very important looking attaché case?" As I was strutting around sort of with my nose in the air, giving them looks as if to say, I went to my daughter's house and she said, "Dad, what's that?" And I gave her this sort of like really sly, crafty look, and I said, "I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to divulge that information." Oh, I felt like Nick Pope. It was wonderful. But then here it is. Now, this is what the monkey gave me. Now it's a sort of pretty ordinary briefcase or attaché case, and there's like, but strangely enough, there's like bits of hay sticking out of it. Maybe this is the aliens that make crop circles. It's very odd, isn't it? Anyway, let's see if I can get it open. Now there's a combination lock here. I'm just going to. I don't think I'll just fiddle. I'll just see if it opens anyway. just simply by not fiddling with the combination. If it is, obviously if it's a combination, it's locked, I don't know what I'm going to do, it'll have to break it or something. But anyway, oh, it opened. One of them's open anyway. How about the other side? Let me try that one. My goodness me. It's open. What's going to be in here? Some kind of monkey disease in little glass vials. You know, maybe one of them was broken. I don't know, will I start growing hair and eating bananas and turn into a monkey myself? I'm not sure, but you know what? My curiosity has got the better of me. I'm going to open it up. Oh my goodness me. Can you see that? We have these sort of like, oh my goodness, there's some cardboard boxes here, some packages, some pencils, lots of straw and things, some packages with red do not touch tape on them. Oh my goodness me. Oh, what's this going to be? Oh, let's have a look. Okay, a classified communication. This must be what the monkey wanted from me. Dear Ben, if you are reading this, you have successfully acquired this mysterious briefcase from an agent. Enclosed is everything you need to crop the New World Order. Your briefcase includes your Hopalmo Summer Sizzler, which is a rhyming short story all about crop circles involving a deep underground military base. This is in the format of a sticker game book which includes 18 stickers. Add up your points at the end of the book and you will receive a Hopalmo donation from the Porters Poet of £1 for every point you scored. So I can win money. The Porters Poet! Oh my goodness. Oh, so the Porters Poet is involved in this. Let me just, what I'll do is I'll turn it down in a minute, but here we go. Grab yourself a pencil. Here's the pencil. Right, there's two pencils here. I'll grab one of them. Grab yourself a pencil from the slots inside the briefcase for you to record your answers as you go along and to add up your, to scores at the end of the game book. Your Grey Alien inspired PGLF as life forms, what's it? Oh, Miles, it's something Miles talks about. Programmable genetically engineered life forms, something like that. It's these little things she coming out the hole in the base is disease. Your Grey Alien inspired PGLF disguise. Alright. Do feel free to don before commencing your reading of the story. Extra copies of your Summer Sizzler. Alright, is it? Extra copies of the Summer Sizzler. Treats related to the various themes within the story. These are only to be opened once you've completed your mission. Let the mission commence. Good luck. The Porters Poet. End of communication. The Order of the 99th Monkey. Oh my God! This looks really important. This looks really official, doesn't it? It's a real secret memo. Oh my goodness me, with tape on and everything. Oh, end of communication. Oh my God, this is exciting, isn't it? Oh my God. Oh wow, good. What have we got here? A sticker game book featuring Ben Emlyn Jones. A kernel of truth. It's kernels scratched out. It's a pun on the crop circles and kernel of the wheat. You know, the kernel of the wheat and chaff sort of thing. A kernel of the truth by the Porters Poet. A Summer Sizzler. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I'll have to look at that in a minute. What else have we got here? No, we got some. Oh my God, what's this? What is this? Oh my goodness, hay everywhere. Your Grey Alien disguised, inspired, your Grey Alien inspired PGLF disguised, programmable life form, that's it. Do feel free to don before commencing your reading of the story. The Order of the 99th Monkey. Oh my God, there's another one. Oh right, I better open this, hadn't I? I better open it. What's in here? Oh my God, it's well taped up. This is obviously secret stuff, isn't it? Let's have a look. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, whoever's behind these secret things, they're quite good at making sure that no one can get out of them. What's in here? Oh right. Oh my goodness. What? Oh, there's some things. There's some like clothes or things. Oh, hang on a minute. Ooh. Is that all of it? Let me just check I haven't got anything else in there. No, I don't think so. I think we're all right. I've got some things here. Let's have a look. We got some gloves. I think these are alien gloves. And we've got here a... oh, what's this? PGLF, property of Pits. Look at that, it's a t-shirt. Property of Pits, PGLF. Right, oh, what's it, right? And there's some, oh, there's some more things here. I'll put those over there for a moment. Oh, there's this hay everywhere. Makeup and sponge. Screen machine, makeup and sponge. Oh, right. And, oh, glasses, sunglasses. Okay, so, oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so what I'll do is I think I'll get dressed up in my disguise first, and then we'll continue this mission. Aha! How's that? Do I look the part? I've come to abduct you. Are you ready to be probed? Oh, wicked. It's cool. It's really cool. Okay, I'll just refocus on my little kit here of things. There we are. Let's have a look at that. Can you see that all right? I'll just check that I'm properly framed there. This is properly framed. Okay. Right. There we go. Right. I mean, I look like a true PGLF now, don't I? Okay. So what's next? Okay. Let's see what's in here. What's this? Oh my goodness. More sweet treats from that cheeky monkey. Oh, from the monkey that dropped off my little kit. I think I might have to take my grey alien gloves off, you know, if I'm going to get these things open. I'm sorry. I think I might have to take these off. It's just, I can't open these envelopes unless I have these off. So oh my goodness, here we go. I look the part, don't I? This reminds you, remember when I was dressed up as Dracula? That was when Sophie the Porters Poet was going that with Dracula. What is a monkey now about Sophie the Porters Poet though? What's this? Oh, cheeky monkey. That's very appropriate, isn't it? Cheeky monkey sweets from pasta. Oh. Yes, that's very, very appropriate indeed. That cheeky monkey that left me this case. Oh, do I have to? Oh, was I not meant to look at those? Hang on, was I not meant to look at those first? Just check I've got them in the right order. Oh, grab yourself a pencil. I'll tell you what, I'll do the game book first, just in case I'm supposed to open those during the course of the game. But, you know, I'm not sure anyway. There's lots of other things in here. I think I'll do the game thing first. Oh, there's some more in here. Right. Sticker game book featuring Ben, Emily and Jones. Okay. A kernel, or kernel of truth. It's colonel, they say in France, and things like that. It's kernel. We pronounce it like kernel. A summer sizzler includes 18 stickers. Oh my God! Look at the Illuminati there in the corner. Right. This is from the 99th Order of the 99th Monkey. It's called. Yeah, the Order of the 99th Monkey. Oh, as opposed to the 100th Monkey. I hope the 100th Monkey comes along. You know, I hope Lyle Watson was right. Anyway, I'm going to really scare a few people dressed. If I walk down the street dressed like this. Just one thing. What does Pits mean? PGLF, property of Pits. P-I-T-S. Anyway, a sticker game book featuring Ben and Jones at Colonel Truth. Right. Oh, here's the stickers. Character stickers. Okay. Ooh. Let's have a look at these. All right. Oh, we've got some stickers in here. Oh my God, there's loads of them. Oh God, there's loads of stickers here. I think I'll just show you those in a minute. I'll put those over here. Put the envelope down here. Just try and keep these things all sort of separate. Right. And here is the inner picture. Oh my God, there's loads of. Look at these inner. I think these are the stickers. There's a grey. Do you see that? Oh, sorry, the light. If the lighting's right, there's a grey. There's me. There's someone with a clapperboard, a video clapperboard. There's Colin Wolford. There's some guy that looks like a policeman. The bloke looks like Wurzel Gummidge there. And there's aliens, greys. There's looks like a soldier wearing a helmet. There's some bloke with a hat. And over here we have a monkey. You see that? We have some Illuminati type people. There's a hospital porter. Don't know that one. And there's a sort of ghosty black figure there. See? There's. I think that looks like monkeys. It's a bit ripped away because the patches were sticked on it. It looks like Darth Vader. Ooh, there's a guy with a moustache and a hat, a microphone, see, and some more mysterious dark figures. So, right, where should we begin? Okay, all right. Next page. Published by the Probing Press 2018, designed by the Third Eye, for Ben, to whom I shall eternally return for inspiration. The Porters Poet. Oh, thank you, Porters Poet. Sophie the Porters Poet. And look, we have here a picture of a sheep there, and there's, I think this is Avebury. And there's me. I'm poking round. Oh, let's turn the lights round a bit. I'm poking my head round a corner. See that? Yeah. Can you still see Can you still see all right with this lighting? Okay, right. Contents. Here we go. The Order of the 99th Monkey. Again, that's stamped there. About Ben. Contents. How to play. Ooh, I'm sweating a little bit there, or either that way it's grey alien blood coming out of my eyes. Disclaimer. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, incidents are either products of the author's imagination or use in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual personal living is purely coincidental. The opinions expressed are those of the characters and should not be confused with the authors. Okay, fair enough. We've got a list of contents here. How to play, and we have About Ben, How to Play, Stamping It Out, Knock on Wood, The Planker Story, Experts in Their Field, Dream Team, Team Hapanwo Story, Field Trip, Sour Grapes, Eternal Return. This is this is counting down the chapters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Flattery Will Get You Everywhere. 8. Treading the Boards. 9. A Grey Area. 10. The Devil Is in the Detail. The Farmer Story. 11. More Than You Can Shake a Stick At. 12. Going Green. 13. Playing Level Playing Field. 14. Grains of Truth. The Colonel's Story. 15. Root of the Matter. 16. Sowing the Seeds of Peace. 17. A Slice of Pie, spelled P-I, like in the circle mathematical constant. 18. Living the Dream. Finally, Answers and Scoring, and Glossary. See that there? That's a lot there. Pause and read in best traditions of Hapanwo, if you like. Okay, right. I've just got to take the specs off because it's a bit sort of like quite hot today, actually. So if I use the gloves just to dab my eyes a bit, sorry. I've got to just do this because I actually hurt my eyes slightly today. I got something in it with my right eye, and it sort of left a bit of an irritation, which has been sort of bugging me all day. Right, first page, About Ben. Here I am. Ben Emlyn Jones is a long-serving ex-hospital porter who founded Hapanwo, which stands for Hospital Porters Against the New World Order. Among other things, he's a paranormal researcher and enthusiast with a passion for the unexplained. When he is not peering into air vents in grass verges, trying to locate underground bases, he can be found directing and presenting his informative and entertaining documentaries and radio broadcasts. He has also in recent years added conference organiser to his ever-growing list of endeavours. Visit www.hapanwo.blogspot.com for links to all of Ben's exploits. That's quite an accurate prescription, I must say. About the author. The identity of the Porters Poet is shrouded in mystery. Ben relentlessly receives poetry from her about his work because he is a lover of all things Hapanwo. That's true. But obviously I can't tell you who she is because you know what it's like in this day and age. But there's that page there you can see. Feel free to pause and read. That's me there. That is me, yeah. Right, oh no, there's the next page now. How to play. Okay, better get this right because I could get rewarded, earn a prize. Okay, read through the story and try to remember the key character details as you go along. At the end of each chapter there will be a question relating to the information you have just read. For each of the 18 chapters there is a corresponding character sticker, that's these stickers here, which you must place in the designated area on the page as you answer. There is also a bonus section at the end of each chapter where you will be asked a specific letter from characters' names and enter them into the boxes provided. These letters form a phrase relating to the story. All right. Can you go through that again? Ask a specific letter from a character's name and enter them into... These letters form a phrase relating to the story. Guess the phrase at the end of the story. Receive your bonus points. Good luck with your mission. All right. That's that page there. So we go through that again. Okay. I've got to go through each. I've got no. I'm sweating now. I've got to remember the key character details as I go along. At the end of each chapter, I'm going to have a question relating to the information I've just read. Okay. Read for the story. Okay. For each of the 18 chapters, there's a corresponding character sticker which you must place in the designated area or pages you want. So I've got to guess who the character is, I think. I think that's how it works. Okay. Right. Chapter 1, Stamping It Out. Chapter 1. Oh, it's all on this double page here. Right. Okay, where do I put the sticker? Oh, I see. Right. Okay. I see the sticker comes on after that. Okay. Stamping It Out. This is the story of farmer and field, and of what you can miss, though your eyes are peeled. A Hapanwo trip involving some camping, and perception deception, and a spot of stamping. The plankers are furnished with boards and rope, while the Hapanwo mobile was fueled by hope. From all angles these crop formations were a sight to behold. A series of interviews is how this account will be told. And who better to orchestrate this television affair? Di Amita and Ray D'As, of course. What a complimentary pair. What's the relationship between Ray and Di, you inquire? Just like a circle's diameter compared to its radius. Di, in companion to Ray, is twice as higher. The long and short of it is that these two met years ago at a crop circle convention. Ray was a free-spirited circle maker and Di a farmer, from whom crop circles caused such tension, much tension. Opposites attract, but they had other reasons for rolling in hay. Oh, these two friends, each in their own way, are both concerned with the lay. Cool, that's a bit of a double entendre, that is. Di came to the croppy convention to have her say, and they didn't hit it off at the start. But in time, they co-founded Protractor, a project uniting farmers and creators of this landscape art. Oh, Protractor. That's a good idea for a name. That's a good idea, actually. Ensuring plankers and farmers both benefit and making crop circle documentaries is Protractor's aim. That's a good idea, yeah. At a gathering in a local pub, I guess which one, the barge, Ray and Di have now captured some new interviewees in frame. The audience has travelled from far and wide. At this Wiltshire pub, the queue stretches outside. But they haven't come for any green-tinged beer. It's that's what they serve that at the barge, believe it or not. It's from the new local celebs that they want to hear. Crop Circle Central is how this free house is known. The regulars here can tell if nodes are elongated, bent or blown. Ben orders one of the newest beers on sale called Perpetual Motion. I've not heard that one. Porters Poet downs a shot of Cold Fusion after last week's commotion. Cold Fusion, all right, that's what's coming out of the Honey Street Brewery, is it? Okay, Colin tries the latest cocktail on offer called 0 Point. Non-alcoholic because he drove them to this free-thinking joint. Here at this newly named pub, the Carpenter's Rest, you can enjoy views of the Wiltshire Hills, and thanks to the Hapanwo crew, you'll no longer worry about your energy bills. Ray and Di beckon the crowd to hush and listen as the first three speakers' eyes start to glisten. The plankers move into shot as Ray checks the sound. Silent anticipation. The room can almost hear Di's heart start to pound. Max, aka the Plank, Splinter and Woody, each decked in camo gear and a hoodie, recount the events, giving their side of the story, but they're quick to owe Team Hapanwo the glory. Chapter end. That's a good ride. Sounds like an average trip to the barge. I love the names of the beers. Yeah, Perpetual Motion, Cold Fusion. I don't think the Honey Street Breweries have those yet. Right, here we go. Right, oh, right. Who is filming the interviews? Before continuing your mission, you must answer the above question and affix the corresponding character sticker over the allocated space. That's it. So I'll show you the last page again. That's chapter 1, stamping it out. Can you see that all right? Yeah. This is the actual page where the sticker goes. See that? Like the barbed wire at the bottom there. All right. And fix the corresponding character sticker over the allocated space opposite. You must not look back over the previous chapter for your answer. Oh, blimey, okay. I only went back to show you. I think I can remember it actually. If you do not know the answer, leave the space blank and continue with your mission. You will gain 5 points for answering this answer correctly. Okay. Right, so who is filming? Okay, bonus points underneath. Enter the 4th letter of your answer in the box below. That's this one here, I guess. And you will an extra 10 points for completing the phrases and letters make in the answer scoring section at the end. The letters make, oh right, for completing the phrase, they make at the end in the answer scoring section. Now please continue reading. Okay, first of all, I've got to fix the character who I think is filming. Okay, who is filming the interviews? Right, in the barge, filming the interviews in the barge. I think I know. I think I know who it is, right. Okay, here's the stickers. Oh, they've got the names of the people there. Okay, it says Colin, Porters Poet, that's the dark shape I saw. The Greys, the Witches, the Colonel, the Shadow Figure, looks like Darth Vader, Protractor, Plankers, oh that's the Plankers, a Guard, Monkeys, a Base Grey, Man in Black, a Base Porter, Ben, Reptilians, Farmer Giles, Circumference. Can you see these all right? Oh, next time I'll hold them up. The Black Goo. That's Sophie's band. Okay, so who's filming the interviews? I can't go back and look again. There's Diane Ray. Oh, there's Diane Ray. Oh God, I can't go back and look again. Okay. And the farmer with Protractor. I got a feeling it's Ben, you know. Oh, hang on, no, it can't be because I must enter the 4th letter of my answer in the box below. Now, my name's only got 3 letters, so who could it be? I was going to think it was Miles, but Miles is not here. The Greys, 2 Witches, the Colonel, Shadow Figure, Protractor. Okay, I'm going to guess it's Protractor, you know. Because that's the one, look, see, and they're the organisation that are running the event, are running the actual thing. They're running this sort of farmers, crop circle makers, reconciliation institute. So I'm guessing it's the. I think it's more than a guess. I think it is the Protractor. Okay, I'm going to go with the Protractor now. How can I peel this off? That's one of these stickers. They don't come off very easily. That's it. It's like the ones on. Is there like a peel off thing here? No, there's not a peel off tab. That's why I keep fiddling with like this until it comes off. I don't think it's going to come off. No. I'll tell you what, I'll just put it there. There we go, I'll put it there. Okay, so that's the Protractor. Okay. Right, bonus points. Got my pencil here. Enter the 4th letter of your answer in the box below. You'll gain an extra 10 points for completing the phrase the letters make in the answers and scoring section at the end. Right, 4th letter. Protractor. P-R-O-T-O. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. T. This is fun, this is really great fun. So I think it's T. Right. I don't know if I can use that again, but I'll put the stickers down here. I'll just put that to one side because it might come up again. But oh no, I'll put it in the book. I'll put it in the book there. I can't stick it. I'm sorry, the back won't come off. Right, but I'll just put it there as if it is stuck there. Okay. Oh look, you see, it fits really nicely. Look, it fits just perfectly because there's this blank space, and you put it like that, and it looks like the tape. It looks like tape is taped down. Do you see? That's really cool. This is so well designed. Okay, chapter 2. Just take a little sip of drink. I've got my dragon urine, of course. Knock on wood. The Planker story. Right, where's my pen? Oh, and a pencil, there it is. Okay. Good job I've got two, just in case I lose one. Put that there. Okay. Knock on wood, the planker story. Okay. Matthew Williams, are you watching? The story starts with our friends, the three plankers. You'd be forgiven for thinking of them as three bankers. But they weren't in this for the fortune or fame. Now richer in ways no amount of money could maintain. All three had been carpenters, a profession from which they retired. Unfortunately, for rather unconventional views, Max was actually fired. With Splinter and Woody's support, that's good names for carpenters, Max finally won the claim for unfair dismissal. But tired of conventional life, these three did start to bristle. So they started a business together, making brooms. And as a sideline, they also sold fancy dress costumes. Handy for those wanting to dress as a witch. Then one day, two women knocked at the door, and up they did pitch. And so this pair of knockers was each decked out with a broomstick and cloak. And as luck would have it, it was to Max that they spoke. Max had an interest in all things unexplained, and of the significance of crop circles, these cackling customers were wholly ingrained. The threesome did talk from dawn till dusk. Just keeping note of everything. The threesome did talk from dawn till dusk, and inside out from kernel to husk. That's good. Max learned more and more about the phenomenon, and without any hesitations, related to Woody and Splinter, who at first had some reservations. Well, that's how they become plankers. Okay, said Max, I know this sounds corny. I know all this sounds corny. Corny, chuckled Splinter. Well, excuse the pun, but this issue is thorny. Making crop circles, continued Splinter, is criminal damage. Anyway, added Woody, with only three of us, how would we manage? Right. Oh, this is getting interesting. Right. Oh, hang on, it carries on a bit here. Actually, said Max, three will suffice. What's so special about crop circles? Asked Splinter. Leave it alone, is my advice. Yeah, agreed Woody. I thought we'd move on to pastures new. Bear with me, said Max, and I'll offer you a different view. Chapter end. Right. All right, here's the question. I'll just show you that. Did I show you I did show you the other page. Let me just show you that page there. Look at the cat. Look, there's a little sheep skull or cow skull there, see? And there's this page here. This is the next page with the barbed wire on both sides. Which pair... Hang on, this is going to fall out. I'll tell you what, I'll stick it later. Okay. Which pair fancied the fancy dress? Before continuing your mission, you must answer the above question and affix the corresponding character sticker over the allocated space opposite. You must not look back over the previous chapter for the answer. Oh, I can't. You're all watching me, aren't you? I can't get away with it, can I? I shouldn't have filmed it, should I? If you do not know the answer, leave the space blank and continue with your mission. Okay. If you do not know, okay, leave the space blank and continue the mission. You will gain 5 points for answering the question correctly. Bonus points. Enter the 8th letter of your answer in the box below and you'll gain an extra 10 points for completing the phrase the letters make in the answer scoring section at the end. Okay, right, well obviously it's the witches, isn't it? It's the witches who fancy the fancy dress. So here we go. Plankers, a guard, monkeys, a base grey, man in black, a base porter, Ben, reptilians, Farmer Giles, Circumference, the Black Goo, Colin, the Porters Poet, the Greys, two witches. Two witches. It is the two witches, isn't it? They were the one who came in for the costume, right? So I'll put them. Yeah, see. So I just imagine I'm stuck it. Right? Just imagine I've stuck it there. You see. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I'll put that there. And right. So what was it? Enter the 8th letter of your answer in the boxes below. Okay, and I'll gain an extra 10 points. 8th letter. Okay, here we are. 1, 2, 3, 2 witches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 4 is the W. 5 is the I. 6 is the T. 7 is the C. H is the 8th. Yes, so it's H. So it's H. H is the... Right, there we are. Right, there we go. That's H. I've written H in there. Right, so I've got to continue with my mission. Right. Oh, this is a long one, actually. 3 experts in their field. I'm actually at my daughter's house at the moment. There's no room at my place to do this. Right, experts in their field. Max relayed what the witches had divulged. Let me just show you I'll just show you the pages first. There we go. I want you to see all these. There we go. There's the 2 pages. Max relayed what the witches had divulged. The eyes of these intrigued comrades bulged. Max talked of aliens communicating with us and what could be their intention, and whether these beings are from another planet or from another dimension. Max explained the significance of crop circles' locations, while Woody and Splinter, with their eyes wide, had palpitations. Oh dear. Circles tend to appear, said Max, near a ley line or a sacred ancient site. And yes, Woody, possibly linked with the Earth's magnetic field. That's right. The conversation. Continued. My grey face paint's coming off in my sweat as the conversation continued. It's thought most crop circles are actually man-made, Max proclaimed, and the designs are somehow communicated to the plankers, Max maintained. That reminds me of somebody. Yes, indeed. Are you listening? You know, your ears are burning, aren't they, boyo? Plankers may be vital messengers. They're not here to deceive, and neither are they looking for farmers to aggrieve. Splinter and Woody's eyes were out on stalks. In the past, Max had been to several cereologists' talks. Max was therefore familiar with that imparted by the several cereologist talks, yeah. Max was therefore familiar with that imparted by the cloak-clad customers who'd come to bewitch. Their enthusiasm for this subject was so contagious it made Max itch. But why, asked Woody, do non-man-made circles only seem to appear at night? No idea, shrugged Max. Also, some say that near crop circles they've seen balls of light. Yeah. I heard, piped up Splinter, who was gradually becoming less uptight, that some see black figures in the field. Now Max knew their interest had started to ignite. This reminds me. Is Win Keach? Now Win Keach is not in this list of characters. Indeed, smiled Max, now knowing that there was a crew on board. It's not all bad, because the farmers can reap a reward, both for themselves and for charity, by charging the public to enter their field, to marvel at the design, and some people claim to have been healed. Max told of how strange things are reported in circles. One moment, sorry. Oh, I need these gloves again. Ugh. It's quite stuffy today, actually, with that Storm Alley. Storm Alley is coming through. So, strange. Max told of how strange things are reported in circles, not just by the admirer who observes, but also by the makers of these beautiful curves. Max noted how the passage of time is sometimes reported to change, and suggested that there may be some sort of communication exchange. Oh, yeah. Such as, said Max, when circle makers are running out of time, and their wish is granted, to have more time to finish flattening the crop that's been planted. All right. Suddenly the Stompers realised their watches have gone back an hour or so. A hidden helping hand has let them finish, and they've got something to show. Max relayed reports from circle makers that while many a downpour increased, inside circles amidst creation, the rain had ceased. Yeah, I've heard about that. It's true, actually. Woody and Splinter needed no more convincing, as they were finally sold. But if it was crop circle magic they were after, they'd have to be bold. Right, said Max. We'll need to procure some wooden boards, drill a hole in each end and attach ropes or cords. Being ex-carpenters, they had plenty of access to wood and decided to wear something dark with a hood. Okay, said Splinter, so we'll work through the night so no one sees it take shape. I have something that might help, offered Woody. You could use my surveyor's tape. Still recording, yeah. We'll need modern technology, said Splinter, to make our designs precise. Yes, Max confirmed. We'll need a GPS positioning device. And no torches, instructed Max. We'll be working from the light of the moon. After about 20 minutes in the dark, your eyes will attune. Blimey, said Woody. I have to say, the mind really boggles. That's just reminded me, said Max. It'll be easier with night vision goggles. Chapter end. That's experts in their field. Chapter 3, sorry. All right, here we go. Right, here it is, the page. This is the game page where I've got a. So it's like the others with the barbed wire and things and the sticker. Right, okay. Who are about to get their wood out? Ooh, matron. We're right. Before continuing your mission, you must answer the above question and affix the corresponding character sticker with the after space opposite. You must not look back over the previous chapter for the answer. Okay. If you not know the answer, leave the space blank. Continue with your mission. You will gain 5 extra points for answering the question correctly. Right. Well, I'll leave the bonus thing for now because I think I know the answer. Who's about to get their wood out? Oh, stop messing about. It is, of course. Is it the plankers? Yeah, it's the plankers. Or is it? Let me just go through the others. Base Porter, Ben, Reptilians, Farmer Giles, Circumference, the Black Goo, Colin, the Porters Poet, the Greys, the Colonel. Oh, look. By the way, that's the Porters Poet. That's what she looks like. That's, you didn't see much there, didn't you? The shadow figure, the plankers. It's got to be the plankers, isn't it? They're the ones, isn't it? It's the plankers, obviously. So I'll just pretend to stick that sticker there. What I'll do is I will probably, when I next see the Porters Poet and her other half, I will just get them to stick them on there. Or I'll fiddle more with the backs when I finished. Here we go. Look, just goes there like that. So okay, the plankers, I think that is. Okay, so I'll just pretend I've stuck it there. Right, bonus points. Oh, hang on, there's oh, right. Okay, I've solved the problem of how to put the stickers in. There's like a kind of, here we go. There's a kind of a peel-off thing here. Ah, right, okay. Okay, right, okay, got it, thank you, okay. So I'll put that there, put the plankers in. Okay, and I'll put the others in as well. There it is, look, it's stuck in now, properly. Oh, sorry about that, I'm sorry guys. Right, who had the fancy dress? The witches obviously had the fancy dress. You see, there is actually a peel-off thing here. So you just go like that, just bend it slightly, and it just all comes off nicely in your hand. Like that. So the witches are there. Okay, so the witches are stuck in now, the two witches. And I'm going to go back to the first one now, which is, of course, protractor. Got it sorted there. Just going to... I'll just stop for a moment. One moment. Here we go. Okay, start it again. I just basically did that just to save the thing because I don't want to. All right, there it is. That one's gone. I had a bit of trouble with that one. I just don't want anything to go wrong. You know, like if the film's, if the camera sort of stops or something and the file's not saved, because I only get one chance to do this. I don't want anything to go wrong. But someone has obviously gone to a lot of effort here. Okay. So I'll just put that very carefully in there. I didn't really get quite square on, but there is protractor. Okay, so let's go back to where we were, the plankers. Okay. Right, okay, here we go. Oh. Number 4. Dream Team. Team Hapanwo's story. Okay, this is chapter 4. Here we go. There's the plankers page, and there's chapter 4. At least the start of it. I think it goes on for the following page, but there we are. Right. Chapter 4, the Dream Team, Team Hapanwo's story. Right, this begins with a quote. "What an introduction from the plankers," says Di. "Thank you, that's great. We'll come back to you in a while," says Ray, as the duo seamlessly coordinate. We're just setting the scene," explains Ray. "I'm sure you'll all appreciate." "And now," declares Di, "we'll hear from another trio. I know you all just can't wait." "Ladies and gentlemen," announces Ray, "I give you Ben..." Oh, you know what? Sorry, I forgot to do the bonus thing. Hang on, I forgot to do the bonus thing. Right, here we go. So I'm going to go back to the previous game. All right. Bonus point. Enter the 5th letter of your answer in the box below. You'll gain an extra 10 points for completing the phrase. Let's make it the end. Right. In the answers and scoring section at the end. Okay, 5th letter. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's K. Yeah. The 5th letter. 1, 2, 3, 4. K. Okay, so it's a K. I've got a K in there. So I forgot something. Sorry, there we are. Right, so... Now, yeah, sorry. So I'll go back to this. What an introduction, yeah, okay. So I can tell you... Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, announces Ray, I give you Ben Emlyn Jones, the ex-hospital porter, with Colin and Porters Poet, whose odes ain't getting any shorter. That's true. Oh, this is wonderful. Yes, indeed. Please welcome Team Hapanwo, says Di. It's Ben, Colin and Porters Poet. I can tell you these 3 are now worldwide celebs, in case you didn't know it. The Hapanwo crew described to the audience the Carpenter's Rest. The Hapanwo described to the audience of the Carpenter's Rest their versions of events. With all Ray and Di's equipment, Ben develops camera envy. Someone's been watching my videos very carefully. And the poet is quite tense. But as usual, good old Colin keeps a level head. I must remember these things because it'll be a question in a moment. And so the 3 keep their cool and don't lose their thread. Oh, right, here we go. The pub hears how, a few weeks ago, Ben had a dream that a formation would appear. It would emerge on the night of the summer solstice. Of that, he was clear. When he awoke, he drew out the formation. This actually did happen in real life. It's in my videos. And from his dream, he drew a map of the whereabouts of this plantation. After he documented the information, which he remembered from his dream, he filmed himself putting it in an envelope. Okay, that might be a bit extreme, but just in case his dream was precognitive, he wanted evidence to prove it. He kept that envelope safely locked away in his room where no one could move it. As the summer solstice did approach, he realised he'd need help, and this subject he'd have to broach. So he told the dynamic duo, Colin and Porters Poet, "Come on," they urged, "the content of this envelope. Hurry up and show it." Here's the next page. His next 2 pages there, see? See them? Here you go. It looks like 2 semicircles or arcs connected by a horizontal line, said Ben. It's not technically a circle, asserted the poet, so I'll call it a crop formation then. If you turn it round that way, pointed out Colin, it's a stick man. Is that what it meant? Is that what is meant? Oh my God, exclaimed Ben. And so on the summer solstice, off to Wiltshire they went. The Hapanwo trio sped along in the Hapanwo-mobile. Hapanwo-mobile. All right. I haven't got one of those. It comes out of a cave, you know. It's got like a little hospital porter's wheels on it because it's like a hospital port, well, like a port. It has like a hospital bed wheels on it. Okay. With Ben reading the map, and of course Colin at the wheel, and with Porters Poet capturing their expedition on Ben's camcorder, from Oxfordshire to Wiltshire they crossed the border. "Hey Colin," said the poet in jest, "are we nearly there yet?" "I hate to break it to you," quipped Colin, "we ain't in a free energy powered jet." "What we're in," complained Ben, "is a disgrace. What's the deal? Why have you 2 pimped the Hapanwo-mobile?" We spray painted it," the porter confessed, "with pictures of famous crop circles to look the part." "I can see that," said Ben, "but some might say it's graffiti, not art." "OK," defended the poet, "but that's much like what some say about man-made crop formations." Yeah. "But we don't believe that, do we? They're artistic communications." As the early evening sun still held her golden glow, chatter of crop circles continued to flow. "It's all about sacred geometry," chirped Ben. I'm just checking I've read these things properly. "It's all about sacred geometry," chirped Ben. "It's all in the details. Often with fractals," chimed in Colin, "patterns repeating it across different scales." That's true, yeah. Right. "My favourite circles," said the poet, "is the visual representation of pie. It was near Barbary Castle. I forgot what crop it was made in. Was it rye?" "It was in a barley field," confirmed Colin. "It was a very interesting case. It was the first 10 digits of pi and even included the decimal place." You see all right. "The depiction," said the poet, "of this irrational, transcendental, infinite number was back in 2008. The depiction, yeah. If you like the depiction, yeah, okay. If you like synchronicity," she went on, "it was on the 1st of June, a very significant portering day. St. Theo's." "So now in 2008, that means when we had St. Theo's Day earlier this month, it was exactly 10 years ago. Let's hope," said Ben, "next St. Theo's Day will be celebrated in a better world. You never know." Oh yeah, I hope so. "Didn't circles used to be simple?" inquired the poet, "but now more complicated?" "That's right," said Ben, "and they tend to be where it's more populated, and near monuments like at Stonehenge in Avebury and other sacred sites. Sometimes the farmers cut them out, which of course is well within their rights." "I heard," said the poet, "that crop circles are mainly in barley and wheat, but I'll have a field day, ha ha, and get some corn-related puns in as well to make my poem complete. I must confess." Confess. See that cornfess? She giggled. I'll add some corny circle making puns in as well. It might be too left field, even for non-cornformists, but what the hell? Did you know, asked Colin, you can get grape shot circles outside the formation? Speaking of grapes, said the poet, can we please stop at the next service station? Grapes, yoghurt and honey is all we'll need. Oh, I'll make us a quick snack of jalapeno yoghurt before we proceed. Yes. Right. Oh, look. Oh my goodness me. Now that is the Herpanmo mobile. Look at that. Oh, wicked. I want to make sure you can see all of that. Can you see it? Yes, I'll go from one page to the other. Yeah. And look what's on there. There's crop circles of all kinds on there. See the different crop circles? My God, there's a Milk Hill one there. Oh, wonderful. The Julia set. Who's that driving? It's me! Well, I'm not driving, I'm sitting in the passenger seat. Colin's on the other side. Look, it's me! Oh, right, now, oh, here we go, right. Here's the gameplay. Right, here we go, right. Okay. Who wants to stop to grab a bunch? Who wants to stop to grab a bunch? Before continuing your mission, you must answer the above question and fix the corresponding character stick over the empty space, blah blah blah. You must not look back over the previous chapter for the answer. If you do not know the answer, leave the space blank and continue your mission. You'll gain 5 points for answering the question correctly. Right. Okay, so who wanted to stop and grab a bunch? That is obvious, isn't it? It was the Porters Poet. It was the Porters Poet who said, can we stop at the next service station? Yes, that's right. So, let me find the Porters Poet. Yeah, there she is. That's the closest you'll get to actually ever seeing her on camera. I'll tell you, I can assure you that. She's very, very elusive, and I don't blame her, actually. Obviously, she's called Sophie, and that's not a secret, but she doesn't want to say anything more about herself, and I don't blame her. Right, so I'll just stick this in here. Okay, so it's rolling, isn't it? Yes. I'm going to check the camera's still rolling. And also peel that off. And here we go. Just put that there. And so there is the Porters Poet in place. Right, now then. Bonus point. Enter the fourth letter of your answer in the box below. You will gain an extra 10 points for completing the phrase the letters make in the answer and scoring section at the end. Okay, so the fourth letter. 1, 2, 3, 4. T. P-O-R-T. Yeah, T. Well, the last one was K, wasn't it? Yeah. Just check. Plankers. The fifth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I was just double checking because it doesn't seem to be forming a word as such. But there's T in the bonus box. Now please continue reading. Okay, chapter 5. Let me just make myself more comfortable. Just for a moment. I'm still working out what PITS stands for. PGLF for PITS. Wait till I show Miles this t-shirt, he'll laugh his head off. Okay, field trip. So number 5, chapter 5. Field trip, sour grapes. The Herpanmo crew walked across the forecourt and Colin spotted an ice cream van. I could murder a 99, he said, which caught the attention of a man. Watch it, warned the man, as the poet tripped and bumped into him. He was pretty curt. The man's briefcase flung open and his papers settled in the dirt. Sorry, apologised the poet. Let me help you with those. He was dressed in black from his head to his toes. A uniform with the insignia of the number 99 and a monkey's skull on his shirt. No, no, he cautioned, grabbing his briefcase and seeming rather covert. Ben casually strolled out of the service station. No grapes, he'd blurt, as he heard Colin confirming that at least no one got hurt. The poet got Ben up to speed, since he missed all the action, while off sped the man in black, who'd caused quite some distraction. 99 and monkeys. Oh, we've seen that before, haven't we? There we are, looks in the 99, yeah. Distraction, okay. So, off sped the man in black. I've lost your envelope, Ben, shrieked the poet, and some of my poetry notes. How bizarre. I wouldn't worry, Colin reassured the poet. They won't have gone far. The poet and Ben exchanged glances. Oh no, she cried. I know where they are. I'm just checking I've read this. I've always wanted to say this, commanded Ben. Follow that car. So the Hapanwo-mobile burned rubber on that quiet country road. Look, gulped the poet. I found a strange document containing a code. She had accidentally tidied away one of the man's papers in her poetry folder. Colin put his foot down and his liquefying 99 in the cup holder. Alright, what's the document? Asked Ben. Some sort of report or letter? It's got a 6-digit pin, said the poet. This mystery gets even better. I'm rubbish at maths, she admitted, but the pin looks familiar. It's 314159. It's on here, isn't it? Is it? No, it's not. 59. Oh, cool. Well, yeah, of course, Colin theorised. That's got to be a circular sign. Circular, quizzed Ben. What do you mean by that? Well, contemplated Colin, I think I smell a rat. You see, the code is the first 6 digits of pi without the decimal place. As they deliberated, the Hapanwo-mobile gathered pace. Oh, yes. Of course, realised Ben, with pi, between the 3 and 1, there's a decimal point. I reckon, said Colin, he'll lead us up to a suspicious joint. A circle-related code cropping up in Crop Circle Central, the poet mused. This is no coincidence, bellowed Ben, as the trio became increasingly enthused. This is the kind of dialogue you often hear from me. So this person has definitely read watched Hapanwo TV very closely. Colin had been bumper to bumper with the black saloon car before it swerved into a side road, but it hadn't gone far. It pulled up in a car park the size of a football pitch. In the car park there was a building which occupied a very small space, which made Ben twitch. Ben, you look worried. What's wrong? Was the gentle probe from the poet. My Peasmore videos, prompted Ben. You of all people should know it. Oh, I see. Large car park and a small building. Yeah, the Peasmore. Oh, yes. The number of people in that small building, said the poet, wouldn't need a car park this size. There must be more underground. Is that right? She asked. Do I win the prize? Correct, beamed Ben. You can still own the title for being my #1 fan. Enough of that, interjected Colin. Let's keep an eye on that monkey man. A van then pulled up, and the man in black went to help open the vehicle's rear door. Well, I tell you, the trio went bananas at what they saw. This was serious. This was far more than just some monkeying around. Colin parked up out of sight as they watched, not making a sound. The man in black checked the car park after his high-speed chase. Thinking no one was watching, he escorted caged monkeys into this place. Oh my goodness, more than monkey. Thinking no one was watching, he escorted caged monkeys into this base. Yeah. Okay, this is. Have you see that now? Have you seen that page there? There we go. The number 99, a monkey skull on a uniform and real ones in a cage. Number 99, a monkey skull on a uniform and real ones in a cage. Was that monkey skulls? They're not sheep skulls that were at the bottom of the pages. Well, no, they're sheep skulls. Yeah. All right. They say great minds think alike. Well, this trio were on the same page. And new ones in a cage. Could this be, asked Ben, something to do with the 100th monkey effect? It's definitely 100 though, and not 99, clarified Colin, the last time I checked. Why the reference to 99 then, asked the poet. This was causing vexation. Maybe, suggested Ben, it's a project to hinder the spread of certain information. The poet studied the document again, and then looked up and stopped to stare. This base, she noticed, is called Pits, P-I-T-S. Look, it's on that sign over there. And Pits, she continued, stands for Pie in the Sky. Oh, that's it. It's a circular sign. Colin, you're right. This is what the document's watermark read, as she held it up to the day's fading light. This base is indeed the Pits, she said, in more ways than one. Can we infiltrate this inner ring, or is it a vicious circle from which we should run? Chapter end. There's like a bone there, you see there. Oh my goodness, it's getting quite exciting, this story. Yes, it is a story, isn't it? Told in a series of poems. And here we go. And this is the page there. Ooh. Right. Who was Colin bumper to bumper with? Before continuing your mission, you must answer the above question and fix the corresponding character sticker over the allocated space opposite. You must not look back over the previous chapter for the answer. If you do not know the answer, leave the space blank and continue with your mission. You will gain 5 points for answering this question correctly. Right, well, it's the man in black, wasn't it? In the black saloon, remember? Yeah. The man in black. Okay, the greys, the shadow figure, the gold, monkeys, base grey. A man in black, that's it, the man in black. This was it, the man in black. He was bumper to bumper with the black saloon car, wasn't he? Right. Okay, so I'm just going to just put that over like that. Right, there we are. Right, there we go. I'll just put that on there like that. Where's the men in black? That film was crap, I thought. Right, bonus point. Bonus point. Enter the third letter of your answer in the box below. You'll earn an extra 10 points for completing the phrase. Let us make in the answer scoring at the end. Oh, right. Man in black. Okay, right. The third letter. Okay. M-A-N. It's M. It's N, isn't it? It's obviously N. And there we have it. N. Right. Oh, I'm just going to take a little break. Oh, and then we'll carry on in a moment. Bear with me. Oh, right, I'm back. Sorry about that. My daughter just came in. She lives here, as I was explaining. Right, so let us continue. We're on chapter 6 now. I don't know if this actually spells out a word yet. Let me just see. T H K H K T N. I'll leave it till the end. I'll leave it till the end. I'm just curious what the word spells out. Anyway, yeah, I'll leave it to the end. Chapter 6. Eternal Return. There's the man in black. I didn't show you that before. And there's the page. Okay, proposed Ben. It's getting late, so here's what we'll do. Let's find where we need to pitch our tents, and then have a brew. We'll make a plan and come back here tomorrow. And get into that base and save those monkeys more sorrow. Hang on, said Colin. How do we know where to pitch our tents? We no longer have your envelope, Ben. What a turn of events. That envelope, said the poet, doesn't just contain your sketch of the formation. It contains the map you drew too, Ben, of its location. In sudden realisation, looking at his camcorder, Ben wore a triumphant smile. What these three needed was on film in true Panmo style. Oh. You said me filming the envelope's contents, sniggered Ben, was a tad obsessive. That's true. I got to hand it to you, export, said his poet. You're pretty impressive. Ben rewound the footage and they reviewed what was on his camcorder. Hospital Porter's Pride and Dignity. Stop the New World Order. Boomed from the Hapanwo-mobile, followed by a welcome to Hapanwo TV. As they watched, Porter's Poet took notes of where they needed to be. Colin drove them to the place which appeared in Ben's dream, while the poet sat in the front cleaning up Colin's melted ice cream. Ben reclined in the back, reading from the poet's notes and giving directions. But soon they realised they had come full circle and all shared pale complexions. Oh my goodness, how can that be? Queried Ben. We're pretty much back where we started. We're not far from that mysterious base, added Colin, from where we'd departed. After driving round and round, it still seemed like the right place. Wouldn't you know it? I don't understand. We've been going round in circles, trembled the poet. What are the chances, she said, that we'd be camping by that base we found? After chasing that man, said Colin, I guess what goes around comes around. By then Ben had gone strangely quiet. Then there followed a loud snoring sound. Oh yeah. Someone will film me snoring one day. But not for long. They soon parked up and were hammering pegs into the ground. According to my dream, recalled Ben, the formation will appear in that field. He pointed to where he hoped flattened crop at sunrise would be revealed. Their hillside tents offered an excellent vantage point of the field below, lit up with anticipation, and by the setting sun, three faces were aglow. Ben set his camcorder on a tripod and zoomed in on the field with several batteries in reserve. But they would try to stay up all night so their own eyes could observe. Who might they see? Aliens or plankers? Would there be any element of the paranormal? Who might they meet? How should they greet? Keep it informal? Colin tossed his sausage and Porter's Poet got out her bangers. Oh, matron! I've lost my sausage, said Ben. Oh my, spluttered the poet. We have quite some cliffhangers. After dinner, the happy campers danced round the glowing barbecue, each with a torch in hand, singing around a ring made of flames from a fire. It had to be circle related. So tired, they could barely stand. Chapter's at its end, and there's the page there. Okay. Now this is the next page here, the game page. I'll show you that first before I go there. Okay. Right, can you capture who Ben wants to rescue? Right, well that's we know what that is. Anyway, before continuing your mission, you must answer the above question and affix the corresponding character sticker of the man case space opposite. You must not look back over the previous chapter for the answer. If you do not know the answer, leave the space blank and continue with your mission. You will get 5 points for answering it correctly. Okay. So, I know what it is. It's not Ben. It's not reptilians. It's not Farmer Giles. It's not Circumference. Not the Black Goo. It's not Colin. It's not the Greys. It's not the Colonel. It's not the shadowy figure. It's not the guard. It is, of course, the monkeys. They're the ones I want to capture, aren't they? And sort of rescue, rather. Right, so let's stick the monkeys on here. Way hey for the monkeys. People say we're monkeying around. We're too busy singing. And we live underneath the ground. I could do it. That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah. Something to do with Area 51. Hey for the monkeys. People say we're monkeying around. But we live on Area 51. And peace, what? No, I can't think of it. I can't start making up alternative lyrics now. I need to do this. So there you have it. The monkeys. Right. Bonus point, enter the third letter of your answer in the box below. You'll get an extra 10 points for completing the phrase, and that is making the answer. Scoring section at the end. Right, third letter. M-O-N. It's another N. The previous one was N, wasn't it? Yeah, so is N. This is great. This is absolutely great fun, this is. It's the letter N. Right. Now please continue reading. Okay. Please now continue reading. Chapter 7. Flattery will get you everywhere. There's the pic. There it is. Okay. Ben boasted that being an ex-hospital porter, he could go on all night. Judging by your performance earlier in the van, teased the poet, that can't be right. They took it in turns to keep watch. The poet was first and made poetry notes while she acted as lookout. She also thought she'd catch up on some reading. In case you didn't know, Ben's got a second book out. Colin and Ben collapsed under canvas and got a few hours kip. The poet made some notes for her next poem, all about this trip. Then later, she turned another page of Ben's much-anticipated sequel, Roswell Revealed. The post-disclosure novel fell from her grasp as she saw something shocking in the field. On zoom on Ben's camcorder, swathes of crop were being laid down before her eyes. This was probably a good time to rouse the guys. The three of them stared, Ben and Colin, bleary-eyed from slumber. These busy greys were also three in number. The greys had boards, rope and tape, just like human circle makers. My goodness me, whispered Ben. They're the real deal, but are imitating those who some people say are fakers. There was no advanced technology laying this crop down, but these plankers were definitely from out of town. I reckon, Colin joked, we found our serial killers then. Serial spots. C-R-E-L. They're doing a great job. They're cream of the crop, chortled Ben. Oh, yeah. Why, asked Colin. Are they copying us humans? I'm trying to ascertain. Imitation, said the poet, is the sincerest form of flattery, so I wouldn't complain. Don't they have a laser beam? Asked Colin, which they could drop. They could fire it down, and it would flatten the crop. Maybe, suggested Ben, they have a craft. A craft and a half. Which, when landing, could flatten the crop, causing a draft. Some people suggest it's that, actually. Right. Just then the heavens opened and it poured with rain. I haven't even performed the rain dance, said Ben. This really is against the grain. During several hours of downpour, the alien spirits didn't wane. In the dark, damp night, they continued to stomp across this hilly terrain. Ow, my ankle! Yelled Ben. The poet reassured him it was just another sprain. Not this time. I've knocked it on something, he groaned, clearly in pain. That happened to me once. It's that thing down there in the ground, Ben pointed. Is it some sort of drain? Don't think so, replied Colin. It's got a heat haze over it. Tonight it gets more insane. Oh, heat haze. Yeah, sign of an underground base. Wait, said the... Oh, heat haze over it, that's it. Wait, said the poet. I'll go and get my torch from my tent. Staring at the protrusion in the ground, they agreed it was an air vent. After this debacle, they looked and realised that the greys were gone. Nothing, not a sausage, as the saying goes. What a carry-on! That vent, said Colin, has got to be to do with that base. Let's rest now, advised Ben, and tomorrow we'll find a way to get into that place. But at first light we'll check out the formation and any message the aliens are sending. Here we go. I'll look forward to genuine stalk breakage, smirked the poet, as opposed to mysterious node bending. It's good. chapter end. Alright, you on. Now we have this is the page here. There you are, see? This is the game page, the playing page. Who was going old school with flattery? Before continuing mission, you must answer the above question and fix the corresponding characteristic of the answer space opposite. You must not look back over the previous chapter for the answer. If you do not know the answer, leave the space blank and continue your mission. You'll gain 5 points for answering the question correctly. Right, well, it was the greys, wasn't it? It was the greys. Planking greys. They're the ones going out on the flattery. Going old school with the flattery. So, here we go. Circumference, the black goo, Colin. Greys! I think it's that, isn't it? Yeah. I think that's it, yeah. Yes, it is, yeah. That's it, yeah. It's the greys. They're the people making it with the planks. Greys with the planks. I used to have a T-shirt like that. Do you remember my T-shirt, with the cool greys? Oh, that's my hat. Oh, I'll leave that over there. Okay, so I'm just going to get these stickers off. Oops. Right, here we go. So I'll stick the greys in their sticker. That. I think it's one of Louisa's friends. Anyway. Right, here we go. So there's the greys in there, you see. Yeah, I might stop filming in a minute. Yeah, so that's just someone coming in. Right, so there's the greys. I put the greys. Now I'm going to have to do the bonus point. Enter the fourth letter of your answer in the box below. Right, you're getting an extra 10 points for completing the phrase let us make in the answers and scoring section at the end. Right, the fourth letter of greys. G-E-R-Y. Fourth letter. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Y. The fourth letter of greys. That's how I write. Some people write Y's with 3 strokes. I use 2. There we go. I also write the number 4 like that, rather than like a thing like that. Right. Now continue reading. Please now continue reading. Okay. So the greys. Chapter 8. Treading on boards. There it is. Chapter 8. The first page of that. I'm rolling, yeah. Right. Back to the present in the Carpenter's Rest pub. Di thanks the Hapanwo crew. We give people a platform to talk, says Ray, but your conclusion, well, that's up to you. Ben, Colin and the poet exit the stage, and the circle makers return to continue describing the events. Max, Woody and Splinter are impressed with the protractor's production, and the audience can't bear the suspense. The plankers tell how, on summer solstice night, they got to the field after dark, and how they saw glowing lights as they made their mark. A delectable date in darkness was not enough for these plankers from devices. So before entry, they took extra precaution and pulled on disguises. Incognito, they entered via the tram lines, so they would leave no trace. Hurry up, ordered Max. We've only got a few hours' darkness. Let's pick up the pace. They crept quickly but quietly into the centre of the field. It was the plankers' first time, yet already curvaceous orbs were revealed. 3 small orbs swirled seductively around the larger sun. Maybe they're making a crop circle too, said Max. Looks like they're having fun. I thought, admitted Splinter, all this paranormal stuff was pie in the sky. Look, spotted Max. The orbs don't appear to be high in the sky. The orbs were quite low down from what they could make out, so they were rooted to the spot. They almost felt their feet sprout. Can you hear that? Shuddered Woody. The orbs are making a warbling sound, but their leader wasn't phased. Mac's feet were firmly planted on the ground. Woody and Splinter were mesmerised by the light show across the field. "Chop, chop," hissed Max, "before the farmer comes for his yield." The orbs seemed like friendly entities, and it felt just right that the plankers chose that field to make a circle on that very night. And here's the next page. See? And there's a bone. See the bone? They stood in that vast expanse of crop, feeling like needles in a haystack. Woody took the crumpled paper bearing the design out of Max's backpack. "You put your carpentry skills to good use, Max," said Splinter, "making this board." "You're outstanding in this field, Max," said Woody in jest. "You should win an award." "Can you tell me," asked Splinter, as they untangled ropes, "how I got roped into this?" "I'm afraid not," joked Woody. Afraid not. See that? "Come on," said Max. "Stop taking the piss." "You like your croppy puns?" asked Max. "Then I'll have you stomping flat out. You've drawn the short straw with me. Of that, have no doubt." They periodically checked the design as they measured and stomped. Through that swaying crop those plankers romped. "Hey," said Max, "looks like our new friends are going." One by one the small lights went on, leaving the large ones softly glowing. "Who's that?" asked Splinter. "Max, Woody, is that you?" But they were meters away. "What?" asked Max and Woody in unison from afar as they rearranged the lay. At that moment Splinter realised they had an uninvited guest, while the other two continued to stomp and obliviously discuss the intricacies of perfecting a nest. Splinter stood still, eyes fixed on the shadowy figure, frozen with fear. It was blacker than the night and edged unnervingly near. Max had told them of shadow figures in formations, but what purpose did they serve? Just then Max found Splinter, who was reassured that the figure was only there to observe. The large orb slowly dwindled as it started to rain. "Oh, bloody hell," moaned Max. "What a pain." The shadow figure clearly didn't like getting wet at all. As quick as it came, it went when the rain started to fall. "Please stop raining so we can finish our work," was the cry, from Max pleading with hands outstretched to the sky. To their amazement, the rain stopped, but only inside their formation, outside their stomping ground. The downpour showed no such cessation. They carried on unhindered until their design was almost complete. A shadow figure, nor the weather, had caused them defeat. What stopped them in their tracks was a yell. It was a human voice. If they didn't want to get caught, they'd better scarper. They had no choice. That's good. Now here is the page. That's the page, right. Who took a planker by surprise? Okay, before continuing, the mission must answer the question and fix the corresponding character sticker over the Atlantic space opposite. You must not look back at the previous chapter for the answer. If you do not know the answer, leave the space blank and continue with your mission. You'll gain 5 points for answering the question correctly. Right, okay. Well, this is tricky because it could be one or two of these people. It could be Farmer Giles, or it could be the shadowy figure. What's that? The shadow figure. It's got to be one of those. But which one? Who took a planker by surprise? Well, I can't go back and look, but I think it's got to be one of those. It's a bit ambiguous, isn't it? I'll go with Farmer Giles. There we go. I'll go with Farmer Giles. Okay. Ooh, right. Ooh. Peel that off there. And I'll stick Farmer Giles there. Ooh. There he is. Oh, Farmer Giles, he's sitting there. That's good, isn't it? Right, bonus point. Enter the fourth letter for your answer in the box below. You're getting an extra 10 points for completing the phrase. the letters make in the answers and scoring section at the end. Right, the fourth letter of Farmer Giles, F-A-R-M. What's M? Right, I hope I got it right. If it was shadow figure, it would be something different. It would be D if it was shadow figure. Well, it's got to be one or the other. I think it's Farmer Giles. Okay. So that's that one done. Now this is the next page here, and you can see it's chapter 9, a grey area. Oh, I don't have the time. I've got how much time have I got on the chip? I might have to change the film chip. Okay. The grey area, and so we find ourselves in the Carpenter's Rest once more. Just in time, Farmer Giles unassumingly puts his head round the door. But the poor chap, now somewhat of a celeb, isn't used to such attention. But last minute, he's thinking, what the heck, it's Ray and I. It's the Protractor Convention. So after a short break, the audience reconvene. On the stage, Ray adjusts the light and rearranges the projector screen. To make way for the Hapanwo crew, Plankers and Farmer Giles, together they continue the tale after a few crowd-rousing words from Di, as she smiles. With Ben, Colin and Porters Poet, the story resumes. A seed has been sown, so let's see how it blooms. In the morning the poet was first to emerge from her tent. She'd never been so excited about mechanical flattening causing crop to be bent. So there will be no intense burst of energy or heat to blame for laying this crop down. Soon word of snap stalks would be snapped all over town. Porter's Poet watched as the low-lying early morning mist cleared. To the residents of Wiltshire, a brand new crop circle had appeared. Through Ben's canvas, the poet saw the silhouette of a caped head bobbing. "Ooh!" shrieked the exporter. "It's really throbbing." A capped head bobbing. Colin wandered with a straw in his hair, looking like he'd been rolling in the hay. "That's the last straw," chuckled the poet. "Maybe aliens are 50 different shades of grey." She could hear Ben groaning and then lots of loud clanking. What you up to?" she asked. "It sounds suspiciously like you're planking." "Really, Ben," scolded the poet. "Can't you just keep that to yourself, please?" "I'm looking for my camcorder stabiliser," said Ben. "I'll have shaky footage. With this ankle, the pain won't ease." "You'll just have to take it slow," said the poet. "But we've got work to do. We've got to investigate that crop circles and get into that base too." They all checked the previous night's footage, and although rather grainy, they agreed it showed 3 greys planking, even though it was rainy. Clearly, in this Wiltshire field, there had been some monkeying around, and the Hapanwo crew were eager to see the greys play ground. So they packed up their tents, and down that hillside they went tramping, like horses at the bit. These 3 were all champing chapter's end. And there we are, there's the page. And there is another bone. I think that's a vertebrae or something. All right, now here's the game page. Who had a throbbing appendage? Ooh. I'll guess who had the throbbing appendage? All right, well, there's several answers that could come to that. It depends what appendage you mean. But obviously, it was my ankle, wasn't it? So it was me. I'll go with that one anyway. So it is Ben. It's Ben. It's me. It's Ben. Yes, that's right. Right then. Just have a drink. Have some dragon urine. Okay, right. So, I shall put my own cheerless mug there. And I've got myself framed just perfectly. Bonus points. Enter the second letter of your answer in the box below. Okay. That's it. So I don't have to read the rest because it's all the same. You're getting an extra 10 points for completing the phrase the letters make at the end. And the answers and scoring section. Okay, right, so second letter, it's obviously Ben. It's obviously E, isn't it? Ben. So it's E. There we are. It's the letter E. So now, please now continue reading. All right, here we go. 10. The devil is in the detail. The farmer's story. Ooh-ah. Right, here we go. Okay. The plankers had come back to see their masterpiece at first light. But of course they needed to see it from a reasonable height. So they started to climb the hill to get a good view. And halfway up they met the farmer, who said, "I want to thank all of you. If your names," said the farmer, "are Woody, Splinter and Max, then I know I'm definitely on the right tracks." "Really?" asked Max. "It's us who should apologise to you. But this circle was something we just had to do." The Hopano crew got halfway down the hill, with Ben lagging behind. Desperate to be the first there, they were surprised at what they did find. Yeah. They met Max, Splinter and Woody and Farmer Giles staring down at the field. They briefly introduced themselves to each other, and soon all was to be revealed. As the mist cleared further, the poet squealed with delight. "Oh wow, there's another formation!" "I knew it," said Max. "Like us, those balls of light were all so busy working on a croppy creation." "Balls of light, did you say?" asked Ben. "We didn't see those." "Where exactly were you planking?" asked the poet of the plankers, tingling from her head to her toes. "Did you see the aliens planking too?" continued the poet. "We've got them on video," she gloated, "if you want us to show it." The plankers started laughing, but the Hopano crew didn't know why. "Aliens planking?" scoffed the farmer. "I'd like to see them try." "Hang on," said Max to the farmer. "You didn't tell us how you know our names." "And why were you all laughing?" asked Colin. "I think you're playing games." "Look," said the farmer, "I've got not just one formation, but two in my field. I took some footage on my drone, so let's have a look. But it was misty this morning, so keep your eyes peeled." I don't know if I showed you all that. There you go, there's the rest of it. Here we go. So they all trooped back to the farmer's place, each with a question on their lips and a smile on their face. They all sat down in the formation, in the farmhouse with a cup of tea. "I guess," said the farmer, "before we start, I'd best tell you a bit about me." The farmer told them that for a while he'd been having a bad yield, but he had read about a theory of consciousness in plants and started singing to the corn in his field, which he said helps the crop to grow. He'd been losing money and it was in arrears. Had this green-fingered crooner become music to his corn's ears? "Where did you read about that theory?" asked Ben. Corn's ears, that's another pun, no, sorry. Yeah. That one went over my head for a moment. Alright, here we go. "Circumference," said the farmer. "He's the landowner. I see him now and then. I saw him reading a research paper about it. Anyway, he's very mean and always upping the rent. But crop circle visitors generate a few bob, so I can give to charity and pay my bills without leaving a dent. I've only had a few formations before, even though I've got acres. In this country, they're mostly here in Wiltshire, but until now I'd swear I'd never met any circle makers. This landscape art has been around for longer than people think. The 1678 pamphlet showing a mowing devil is one of the first circles recorded by woodcut and ink. When other farmers cut the formations out, it makes my heart sink. But the energy stays in the ground long after the crop has been harvested, like indelible ink. These temples may seem temporary, but the patterns can remain in the field as the new crop grows. Ever present, like the circle of life, or those damn pecking crows. Crop circles are worth so much more in their meaning than the resulting criminal damage fine. From the 1980s we started to see more and more intricate design. Some farmers are lucky to have more than just circles, some have pictograms, some sort of sign. I don't care if a field's formation is man-made or otherwise. They can run rings around mine. Chapter end. Right, so here's the game bit. Okay. And there we are. There's the game page. Right, who inspired the farmer's serenading? Before continuing your mission, you must answer the above question and fix the corresponding carrot sticker. Okay. Now, who was it? Encourage the farmer's serenading. Serenading. Right. Ooh. I think it's circumference, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Colin. Wasn't the Colonel. Wasn't the shadow figure. Wasn't a guard. Wasn't the base grey. Wasn't the base porter. The reptilians. I think it was. Oh, it's circumference, wasn't it? Circumference. The landowner. That's right. Circumference is the. Looks mean, doesn't he? I think I'll go with circumference. Unless I made a mistake before and it was somebody. I don't think it is. No. I think it was circumference, the landowner, wasn't it? Well, if I get it wrong, I can always. Let's have a look. There we go. Right. I'll put the sticker in there. Here we are. Right, it's circumference. Now, enter the fifth letter of your answer in the box below. You'll gain an extra 10 points. Right, the fifth letter of circumference. Circumference. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's U. S-I-R-C-U. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's U. Okay, so it's a U. Yeah, that looks. Does that look like a U? I think it is. Yeah. Okay, so it's a U. Right then. Chapter 11. More than you can shake a stick at. How am I doing for? I've got to change the film chip in. Oh, I've still got an hour. Anyway, continued the farmer, that's enough about me. Let's plough on and review my drone footage. What will we see? A third formation, chirped Max, with three body-shaped marks. With three body-shaped marks in a row, which is slightly curved. That's us laying in our tents around our barbecue, said Ben, laughing. Fancy that being so well preserved. There we go. So your barbecue, said Max, was the big orb we saw. But there were three little ones too, and a strange sound. That was us, said Ben, singing with our torches, and we were dancing around. That noise could also have been me, said the farmer. I'd been out singing in the corn to the corn in my field. That's how you know our names, said Splinter. You were the shadow figure I saw, who is now revealed. Yes, said the farmer. When I saw you planking, I stopped singing. It's like a skeptic thing. Oh. No, wait. Oh, where were we? I stopped singing, yeah. I silently watched you, eager to see what design to my field you were bringing. What about that unfinished circle? Asked Ben. Isn't that what the planking aliens made? That wasn't alien stomping. Sorry, that wasn't alien stomping, Howell Max. That was us. Fancy dress is part of our trade. like me. We were in alien costumes, continued Max, but left before we finished because we heard someone yell. That was me, realised Ben. I hit my ankle on an air vent in the ground, and it hurt like hell. It was pouring with rain, said Ben. Didn't you get drenched? That's all right. Actually, no, Max said Max. It was only the crop circles, the circle which got its thirst quenched. Our circle, explained Max, was meant to be comprised of 100 stickmen. The design came to me in a dream, a bit like how you described with yours, Ben. We've got to our 97th stickman, said Max. But when we heard you yell, we thought we'd best make tracks. The marks we laid in our tents. This is, did I tell you? It's chapter 11, more than you can shake a stick at. I think I mentioned that, yeah. Symbolises the gap in your circle if it's rotated. What could that mean? Asked Max. You, Panmo 3, must somehow be implicated. It must be a sign, said Ben, that some action is needed from Colin, Porters Poet, and me. We are the 3 stick men to complete your unfinished circle. We are somehow the key. Oh, what? Oh, this is the next page here. I think it's a goat skull, actually. Yeah. There's the next page. Right. On the misty footage from the farmer's drone, the other formation which the poet had spotted was indeed shown. One was made by bodies in tents, and another by plankers, each dressed as a grey. Who or what made this other formation? Blown nodes, broken stalks? What was the state of the lay? This other mystery formation depicted the number 99, which was then followed by a plus sign. Next to that was a stick man, the same as those in the planker's circle, and the one in Ben's dream. Oh wow, this is really, really great, said Ben. I think this is along the 100th monkey theme. And so, did some interdimensional entity or intelligence create it? Is it a bleed through from another realm, manifesting in our crop circle for us to translate it? Was this formation made by aliens or planking, which is considered more mainstream? There could still be an element of the paranormal in it, even if it was just another circle-making team. The Herpanwo crew told the farmer and plankers about how the man in black unloaded monkeys from a van, and how they plan to get into the base, if they can. I'm trying to think how to get into that dumb D-U-M-B, Deep Underground Military Base, said Ben, but I keep drawing blanks. And who are you calling dumb? Asked Splinter. No, said Ben, I don't mean it as part... I don't mean as in 2 short planks. It stands for Deep Underground Military Base, explained Ben. OK, said Max, I've got an idea to get you into that den. The plankers found the Herpanwo crew some appropriate disguises from their array of fancy dress costume, but they also added some bespoke surprises. They already had a monkey costume perfect for the poet, and gave a real banana for authenticity. But Colin had a tailor-made man in black suit with a fake 99 badge, so as not to attract too much publicity. That was authenticity, yeah. Colin's fake badge was sewn on a little loose, but it looked okay. Do you want me to secure it? Asked the poet. Nah, said Colin. It should hold up for one day. And Ben was masquerading as a programmable generated life form. That's it, PGLF. Sorry, Miles. Made from a grey alien costume. They would have PGLFs on the base, said Ben, I assume. That's what t-shirt I'm wearing. Colin and Ben helped the poet into her monkey cage, which Colin wheeled along on a trolley, just like they'd seen. They had now set the stage. Oh my goodness, chapter end. Ooh. Now, here's the formation. Oh, here's the formations. Look. Exhibit A, Ben's drawing of the stickman from his dream. It was like that, yeah. Stickman on its side, yeah. Exhibit B, the marks left by the 3 sleeping Team Herpanwo members. I think that's me, that's Sophie, and that's Colin. I'm guessing. Wow. See that? This is brilliant, look. See, Exhibit C. Crop circle depicting 97 stickmen joining hands. Oh, I see, yeah. There's a few missing. Exhibit D. The number 99 plus sign. And the stickman in the crop circle. Oh, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. And stickman in the crop... Oh, gosh, got to stop a moment. So it's just someone else coming in. Right, now here we are. Can you shine a light on who the shadow was? And here I think I've made a mistake. I think my guess... in the ambiguity in the previous chapter, I chose wrongly. I should have chose the shadow men, the shadow person, for who gave the plankers a surprise. Because this, I think, obviously is Farmer Giles. Right, so I stuck Farmer Giles back here, so that's a mistake. But bonus point, enter the 4th letter of your answer in the box below. Well, at least I can do that. Because what I can do is I can go back to Farmer Giles. Well, I'm allowed to do this, surely. I'm not going to read the chapters. I'm just going back to Farmer Giles. Okay. And so now I've got to go... It's the 4th letter of Farmer Giles, which is M. Sophie, I'm not cheating now, am I? And then obviously the shadow was there, so it's the fourth letter in there. The shadow person, which is D, the shadow figure. So I'll just, instead of M, it's D. There's rubbers on these pencils, aren't there? So I'll put a D in there instead. So, but I got that wrong. Okay, so, right, okay. So where was I? So I would normally put I should have put Farmer Giles there. Not a problem. But the bonus, see, there's the bonus letter, which is M, and the other one is D. Okay. So, right, what's next? This is chapter 12, and it's called Going Green. Okay. I'm recording, aren't I? Yes. How much time left? 53 minutes. Okay. Oh, the Herpanwo 3 returned to the base with the Man in Black's 6-digit pin. The python, yeah. 6 tape on the keypad. 6 taps on the keypad, and then they were in. The first security guard looked them up and down, with a raised eyebrow swiftly morphing into a frown. His eyes settled on Colin's 99 badge. What had he found? The first 9 had become loose and had swung the other way around. He joked to a second guard, "People hold all sorts of positions on this base, but if it's 69, this threesome I'm looking for, they're in the wrong place." Yes, sneered this fellow guard, 69 doesn't sound like a familiar project to me. I have to ask you this, guys, demanded the first guard. Do you have any ID? Our Herpanwo chums had nothing of any relevance. Not a sausage, oh dear. But Porters Poet had just finished eating her banana, so never fear. You know what's coming next? Some banana-related slapstick comedy, of course. She threw the skin from her cage at the first guard, and the first guard fell with some force. His colleague tripped over him, and they topped and tailed for a second. That's what I call a 69, giggled this cheeky monkey, as a side room beckoned. Ben was struggling with his ankle, but with both guards writhing on the floor, in true heroic but implausible cinematic style, just in time they made it to the door. They slipped into the room, out of view, or so they thought. Look, said Colin, there's cameras on every wall. We're bound to get caught. What did they have to lose? What else could they do? And so with what little time was available, they had a good rummage through. There were documents showing technological developments and other discoveries, which were really old. Yet the oblivious masses had never been told. Typical underground base, yeah. Oh, right. And here's the next page. Okay. I'm not backward in coming forward, said Ben, but who made these advances? Ben, pointed out the poet, look, here's your envelope. What are the chances? Along with Ben's drawing from his precognitive dream were papers and jottings which all shared one theme. There was scientific language and many a mathematical equation, but the emerging message was not of promoting truth and freedom, but of camouflage and persuasion. The documents detailed how our ancestors' knowledge had been hidden from us and kept in the past, and how, if an envelope on the base divulged these secrets, if an employee on the base divulged these secrets, they would be silenced pretty fast. These papers showed crop circles depicting the blueprint for a perpetual motion machine. Forget the laws of thermodynamics. We're talking relationships between all manner of energies you didn't know existed, resources you've never seen. I won't get Ben started on man-made climate change. He just likes to be green. So what causes crop to lay down when formations are not made by mechanical means then? It's often other dimensions trying to communicate their knowledge, not green fingers or little green men. Just then Colin found notes and a sketching of 100 people, making a crop circle by joining hands. Do this inside a crop circle showing 100 stick men in a ring, and freedom spreads across the earth's lands. Hey Ben, said Colin. Look, this is what your dream. This is what your dream and the formation were telling us to do. We just need 97 other people to join hands with us too. We've no time for hokey cokey, whispered Ben, his eyes wide with fear. The poet looked to where Ben's gaze had settled. Oh, she said, I do hope they're not coming in here. What's up? Asked Colin, as he glanced through the window in the door. Well, I'll tell you now. They'll never forget the threesome they saw. A guard flanked by two creatures. One was a grey, and the other had scales. The reptilian was tall, dark green, and handsome, if you're into tails. The guard and his companions went by without a care. At least, said the poet, they don't have to worry about what to wear. I'd love to be like that, she said, almost green with envy. That would save so much time daily. What? Whispered Colin in amusement. You love to be green and scaly? Actually, said Ben, the grey ones look a lot like me. I wonder if it's a PGLF or an ET. I'm tired, said the poet, and just like the crop my head needs to lay. Well, joked Ben, yesterday was the summer solstice, so we really did have the longest day. But there was no time for snoozing. The security alarm suddenly went off, and they were met with more guards. There was no escape now. What would be on the cards? They were taken to another room, which was bare, with nothing but an air vent. They waited there nervously, and were told that the colonel was being sent. The chapter end. There's the bone, if you didn't see it before. Right. And here we go. Right. Who was Ben's doppelganger? All right. Now then, who was it? Oh, it was the, yeah, I know what it is. It's the base grey. Oh, base grey, that's right, because it looked like me, wasn't it? Oh, PGLF or the base grey. Looks PGLF or ET. The base grey. Right. I think that's got to be that, isn't it? It's not the base port. No, the others haven't come into it. Okay. Let's peel that off. Oh, yeah. And there is the base grey in place. Now then, the bonus point. Enter the 8th letter. The 8th letter, right. The 8th letter of A base grey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. A base grey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's E. There we are. E. Right, chapter 13. Level playing field. What's this? Snarled the guard, grabbing Ben's pen cam out of his hand. It's just a pen, said Ben. Tough, said the guard. It's contraband, said the guard. It's contraband. But I could do with some writing and continue with my Roswell trilogy while we're waiting. But could I do some writing and continue with my Roswell trilogy while we're waiting, pleaded Ben. He'd used it to film the documents they'd just seen. Luckily, as the guard left, he let Ben keep this handy pen. My pen cam, yeah, my trusty pen cam. Locked in that room, as they waited to see who was coming, they suddenly realised all three of them had started humming to the tune of a song they could hear about a ring made of flames from a fire. Is it coming down here? Is it coming down there? Asked the poet. No, said Ben. It's coming from much higher. Colin clambered up near the air vent, as far as he could go. This vent is like the one you hurt your ankle on, Ben, said Colin. Is this Farmer Giles's field we're below? They could hear the plankers and the farmer who were out singing to the crop. Oh, yeah. Team Hapanwo shouted up through the vent in panic, knowing they were for the chop. The singing stopped, and their comrades above ground shouted back. "Hello!" yelled Max. "Is that the Hapanmo crew? Are you all on the right track?" "Yes, it's us," Colin called out. "But we've bitten off more than we can chew. You won't believe what's down here. We've seen everything but black goo." "But we've been caught," continued Colin, "and we're waiting to be seen by the Colonel." "Well," said the farmer, "at least the poet can write a poem about it in her journal." "Indeed," the poet replied. "I'm thinking of calling the poem A Kernel of Truth." Another pun, Kernel. "I like the corny puns," said Ben, "and in this game you really have to be a sleuth." Suddenly the door flung open and the Colonel did appear. "Let's separate the wheat from the chaff," he said. "What have we got here?" "Looks like you three have been running rings around us. We're not at the races." "I vaguely recognise you," he said, looking at Colin, "but I'd like to see their faces." The Colonel pointed an authoritative finger at the poet and Ben, who took it on the chin. "A talking monkey? We've excelled ourselves," he said. "Next, you'll tell me you used a monkey wrench to get in." "But this PGLF," he mocked, "appears to have a malfunctioning ankle joint." "OK," said Ben, "we can't stay hidden forever. There really is no point. There's really no point." With that, the poet and the ex-porter had no choice but to undress, and the Colonel did his very best to suppress his amusement. But what came next, he'd never have guessed. His smile waned. "You're the ex-porter, the only one to be trusted," he confessed. So after the ex-porter and his poet had performed an impromptu striptease, the Colonel, it seemed, they had managed to appease. Like the banana skin that their costumes had peeled, and they were dangling around their knees. "Right," decided the Colonel approvingly. "Let's get you some uniforms and some keys." Chapter end. And I think that's a bone there. You see that? There's a bone. And here's the game playing page. See that there. Right. Who grabbed Ben's equipment? I think it was... it was the Colonel, yeah. No, it was the guard who grabbed... Yeah, it was the guard who grabbed the... Yeah, the guard grabbed... He grabbed the pen cam, didn't he? Yeah, it's the guard. The guard. A guard. It's a guard who grabbed my equipment. Ooh, matron. God, honestly, Porters Poet, you could write for the Carry On films, you really could. Right then, right, so it's the guard. There's the guard in his place, at his post. Right, enter the sixth letter. The sixth letter of your answer in the box below. Right. A guard, A, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a D. Is the letter D, the last D of guard. It's a six-letter word. Please now continue reading. Right. And here we go. Grains of Truth, the Colonel's Story. Back in the present moment, in the pub we know as the Carpenter's Rest, the speakers are going down well and are reaching the crest of the wave of excitement as Di and Ray do their best to quieten the room as the Colonel arrives on the stage feeling quite blessed. The Colonel has a story worth hearing, and Di encourages him to begin. He tells how he fetched the Hapanmo crew attire to help them blend in. The Colonel had told the Hapanmo trio, "I'm the highest ranking officer on this base. I've worked my way up in the military to end up in this place." On the base, Team Hapanmo had listened to the Colonel as they slipped into something less revealing. The base's uniform hid their true identities, which needed concealing. Colin was glad to have a 99 the right way around, which amused the poet, who said, "Well, it did seem a bit loose, and I did offer to sew it." The Colonel started to open up to the ex-porter, Colin and Porters Poet, about the owner of the land above and the connection to the base below it. The Colonel didn't want others to know that circumference in his is his evil twin. These two brothers couldn't be more different, even though they are kin. The Colonel just wanted to do the right thing for the country and queen. Circumference had it all, even a knighthood, and his achievements have been. In advancing science through geometry, he could square a circle for sure. But he was greedy for power, and he wanted more and more. The Colonel told the trio how his brother owned the land, and allowed the base to be built below ground. In the base, his brother also had a hand. Posted to the base, the Colonel followed orders from further up the chain. He told how he didn't know what was higher up the pyramid, but could see the pain. All manner of experiments in which he didn't agree, but who on earth, he said, would listen to me? All of this down here, he sighed, should be exposed, but if he dared to speak, the door on my military career would be forever closed, his military career. If I spoke out, the Colonel continued, it's not just that I wouldn't be believed, I'd be in fear of my life. But how can I let the public continue to be deceived? Civilians know nothing of what's on this base, and even I don't understand it all. I'm one of the monkeys, not an organ grinder, or I could dare to whistle blow. But could I dare to whistle blow and stand tall? What do I know, revealed the Colonel. What I do know, revealed the Colonel, is that the work down here is about stopping the public advancing, but I don't know who is the puppeteer. I know more than most here. The workers are not told the bigger picture, you see. My brother always said that it's easy as pie if you've got the key. Chapter end. There's the bone. I think we're coming up with an entire skeleton here, you know. All right. And here's the game page. Who was glad his number was up? His number was up. Must be the Colonel, I suppose. Yeah, there's not many left now, so it must be the Colonel. There he is. He's got the 99 monkeys. I can't see the 99 monkeys, but there we go. Right. Let me just peel that off there. I can smell food. Someone's cooking dinner. I'll put that there. And there's the Colonel in his place. At the top of the military hierarchy. And right, it's the second letter, which is a H, TH. The second letter of your answer. Okay, so that's a H. H there. Right. What over time? Okay, the root of the matter. I've got another film chip anyway, so this one runs out. I better not make a mess of all this hay everywhere. Chapter 15. The root of the matter. Pi, explained the Colonel, is the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. That's true. It's also an irrational number, never repeating a pattern, never ending 2. The first 6 digits of pi is also the code to get into this base. How did you do it? Ben told how they chased the man in black and his car. Goodness, said the Colonel, you were brave to pursue it. The Order of the 99th Monkey, continued the Colonel, is that project's name. Trying to stop the world progressing in some way will be the aim. It'll be to do with the 100th monkey effect, I should think, and there may well be some sort of crop circle link. Well, see, this is a good story. You could make a movie out of this. This base, clarified the Colonel, isn't called Pie in the Sky for no reason. It is in this location because it loves crop circle season. It started off secretly researching the formations in the local vicinity, but they added other projects, and now there's so many it must stretch, just like pie, to infinity. The pie in pits refers to the circles we see every year in the crop out there, and in the sky refers to keeping things unattainable so the masses are unaware. The powers that be don't want the public to know of scientific advances. They want you with blinkers on, under control, like you're all in trances. You see, if you lot outside get too big for your boots, People like my brother will worry about more than stomping on a few shoots. The elite would fear that they would wither and die to their very roots. So they arm themselves with us lot down here, relatively unwitting recruits. Oh my God, said Ben. Sounds like we need to expose this on Hapanwo TV. We need to set all these hidden relationships free. I'm talking about more than just exposing your relationship with your twin, which you've kept hidden. I'm talking about all these mathematical equations, knowledge and truth down here, which is forbidden. I really enjoy this. And here's the next page. See, there's the bone, which is another skull. When Ben told the Colonel about his precognitive dream, the Colonel was shocked. The Hapanwo crew showed the Colonel to the room with the document. The Hapanwo crew showed the Colonel to the room with the documents in, which they initially found unlocked. Of course, when they got there, the room was under lock and key. No worries, said Ben. Just as well that I've got my pen cam with me. The Colonel played the footage of the documents and kept pausing it so they could easily view. This time, Ben, said the Colonel, it's me who gets to say those three little words to you. Pause and read. Of course. And with that, laughter ran through the room. The first poem Sophie wrote for me was called Pause and Read. Quelled quickly by Colin, who said, "Ah, so that's what happens, I presume." "What?" shrieked the others in anticipation. "Well," said Colin, "we need to make a crop circle according to this information." A circle depicting 100 stick men in a ring. Look, it gives the measurements right here. Colin pointed at the screen, and 100 people are needed. That is clear. 100 people need to stand on the flattened crop, said Colin, side by side, round the circumference in a ring, with each standing in a stick man's head, according to this guide. The crop is to be flattened by mechanical means, that's what it says. Everybody holds hands with whomever is at their sides, and their joined hands then raise. Colin continued, with this circle of people holding hands raised up to the sky, the 100th person to join the circle is to shout out the number pi. And I don't mean steak and kidney. And it must be it must be to 5 decimal places. And then what? Asked the others with anticipation etched on their faces. Colin was still reading from the document which was paused on the screen. From the footage on Ben's pen cam, what else might they glean? It looks to me, said Colin, like this strange ritual could give us world peace. You want to be Miss World? You want to be Miss World, joked the Colonel. Surely not in that military issue fleece. If 100 folk do it, just as instructed, said Colin, we'll get the 100th monkey effect, and other countries will just know to do it too. So world peace will spread and infect. And did I mention, asked Colin, free energy will be available to all? Right, said the Colonel. I think you'd best give your circle maker friends a call. Chapter end. And here's the page. Who said those 3 words to Ben? I think I've made a mistake again. It's the Colonel. No, was it? Yeah, pause and read. It wasn't Colin, was it? What was that? I think I've made a mistake. Oh dear. Oh, it's the Colonel. But anyway, okay. So, Colin, maybe it was Colin, the last one must have been Colin, I guess. Anyway, right, okay. Enter the second letter of your answer in the box below. Alright, look, I'm going to go back and... It's not cheating to do this. It's the second letter of the Colonel, which is H again, H, okay. Which means the other one must be O, if it's Colin. Is it Colin? Who's glad? I'm not gonna cheat by reading, but I think it's Colin, so I'll put an O there. I know these pencils are on the end for a reason, aren't they? Okay. Okay. Right. It was the Colonel who said pause and read, didn't he? Yeah. Right then, 16. There's the H there. Sowing the seeds of peace. Sowing the seeds of peace. Sowing the seeds of peace. The seeds of peace. The seeds of peace. That it was Tears for Fears. Am I really that old? Anyway. Sowing the Seeds of Peace, chapter 16. So Team Hapanwo got on the blower to splinter Woody and Max. They all had serious work to do, but needed to watch their backs. Colin gave the circle's measurements to the circle makers, who were eager to get stomping, these movers and shakers. Hang on, said Max. We don't need to make a new formation. The measurements you've just given her are the same as our unfinished creation. It's slotting into place, said Ben. That's what the three formations were about. A message for us to put the 100th monkey effect to good use, I've no doubt. Maybe I should read that bit again. You don't need to. Of course, the unfinished creation, yeah. Okay, it's slotting into place, said Ben. It's slotting into place, said Ben. That's what these three formations were about. A message for us to put the 100th monkey effect to good use, I've no doubt. We're actually still with Farmer Giles now, said Max. We're having a cuppa. We've just finished singing to his crop, and he's about to make us suffer. We'll just have some grub, continued Max. Then we'll finish off our circle with our boards and rope. The poet got out her pen and renamed her poem A Kernel of Truth, with colonel spelt like the military rank, because this military man gave them hope. Ben contacted some of his followers, but only needed 92. They were 8 of them already, the plankers, the farmer, the colonel, and her Panwo crew. Above ground, the farmer handed out tea and biscuits. I've been thinking, actually, I think I'll rub those things out, because I think I am cheating. I'll rub out the things when I get them wrong. Okay, so I'll rub that out there. And I'll rub out... What was the other one? I think I don't want to cheat. There we are. I'll rub that one out too. Okay. A poet got out a pen and renamed her poem A Kernel of Truth, because the military man gave her hope. Ben contacted some of his followers, but only needed 92. There were 8 of them already, the plankers, the farmer, and the colonel and her Panwo crew. Above ground, the farmer handed out tea and biscuits to the growing crowd, who were congregating in his fields. Oh, right, okay. Let me have a drink a minute. There were 8 of them already, the plankers, the farmer, the colonel, and the Panwo crew. Above ground, the farmer handed out tea and biscuits to the growing crowd, who were congregating in his field while the plankers did them all proud. Can you imagine? I can just picture it. Below ground, the colonel also handed out cups of tea. It's a bit hot on this base. Got any dragon's urine? Asked Ben. Yeah. So the colonel fetched him some pea. Here you go, the colonel laughed. Homemade on the base by something scaly and green. No her Panwo yoghurt or her Panwo ice cream, joked the colonel, as he offered snacks from the base's canteen. Once the Hapanmo crew were fed and watered, together with the colonel, they all strode past the porter's lodge. Indeed, even bases are portered. Good, I'm glad to hear it. They all held up one arm as they swanned out of the door, looking proud and dignified. The porter in the lodge politely copied, assuming it was one of their secret signs from inside. In the large colour. Assuming it's one of their secret signs from inside. Ooh. Okay. Okay. All right then. They made it safely to Farmer Giles's field, the Plankers' stomping ground. An almost finished crop circle with 92 Hapanwo fans holding hands in the circle found. There we are, this is the page there. Did I show you the last page? I think I did. I showed you this? Sowing the seeds of peace, that's right. I did show you that, right. With 92 Hapanwo fans holding hands in the circle was found. It'd be fun. The Plankers finished and threw down their boards to join the circle with the Colonel and Farmer Giles. Ben, Colin and Porters Poet exchanged exhausted but relieved smiles. Hey, Matthew Williams, if you're watching this, you could actually make this circle and we could do it. It'd be fun. Honestly, Matthew, you could film a movie of this, couldn't you? There was space for 3 more, just like the 3 marks made by the camping Hapanwo crew showed. The poet and Colin joined the circle, but Ben was somewhat slowed. His ankle, of course, was causing him pain. His ankle, of course, yeah. He was the last, but not least, as he joined this never-ending human chain. As Ben joined the circle, everybody held hands in this infinite line. They all raised their arms and Ben started to shout, 3.14159. Ben finished shouting out the first 6 digits of pi. You've got to have a bit of drama at the end. So a lightning bolt with its violent beauty set aglow the sky. Then it struck the ground in the circle's centre. I can imagine this, I can see it in my head. Creating a kaleidoscopic ball of light, which did shine. Is this the beginning of life in Technicolor, Ben? Asked Colin. Some sort of non-conformist sign? We need a corny pun here, said Ben. So I shall say, I can neither confirm nor deny. Confirm nor deny. Nick Pope, I hope you're watching. How am I doing for time? I think we're alright, yeah. I've got another camera chip, it's not a problem. And with that, he laughed as he batted away one of the corn's field's inhabitants, a circling corn fly. So, what came next for this circle of friends? And for the rest of the world, I guess Porters Poet ought to wrap this up and tell you where it ends. That ball of light swelled and sizzled, then started to flow like a psychedelic fountain of fire. The rainbow blaze spread across the earth's lands as it called out like a feverish town crier. That's good, isn't it? And so now we have reached the climax of Ben's summer sizzler. Satisfied, did I show you this page? I did, didn't I? I'll show you the page, yeah. Satisfied it had done its job, our fiery ball bid farewell as it dwindled into a fizzler. The climax of Ben's summer sizzler. Across the world, each country's people, as with the 100th monkey effect, just suddenly seemed to know to make one of these circles in whatever they have, crop, grass, sand, and snow. Chapter end. And here's the game sign. Right. Who unwittingly made the Hapanwo TV sign? Oh, it was the porter, wasn't it? It was the porter, the base porter. Pride and dignity, brother porter. The porter. No one's ever offered me a job on a base, have they? No. Oh, I should get this sound. It took me a... Right then. Okay, so it is the Herpanway joke. Right, enter the 5th letter of your answer. Right, the 5th letter of the base porter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's E. It's E. Right, chapter 17. I'll just show you that. Sorry. There's the base porter in his pride of place, with pride and dignity in his lodge, and there is the letter E there. Right. Right. Right, now then. Next one. A slice of pie. Yummy. Pies are circles, aren't they? After all, they're usually circles. And here we go. So, that was the demise of those at the top, who did crumble and fall, and those at the bottom now stand tall. And so a crop circle trip involving some camping turned into some crucially important stamping. So by the collective consciousness of the 100th monkey effect, a circle was made in each country of the world. And as each country did so, some sort of change in the air, some change in the ether unfurled. It was like a blanket of nonconformism had enveloped all, and negative energies were transformed. I'm being a bit vague here with the science bit, but it will suffice to say that cold people warmed. And in more ways than one, this came to fruition. No one was cold thanks to free energy, and people also became positive in their general disposition. All that knowledge inside pits and other bases all over the globe, which had been repressed, was available to all, freedom of information, with no need to attempt a seemingly impossible request. That's true, Freedom of Information Act requests, yes. I like that line. And this was the downfall of corrupt governments and decentralisation of power. Petrol giants fell, and no one was in an ivory tower. Power was distributed to the masses as opposed to the few. Wars ended and doors opened for everyone, no matter who. People all across the planet had access to scientific discoveries previously suppressed, and the earth buzzed with free thinking as free energy voices were progressed. The pit's monkeys were freed, and those among us, who were scaly and green, were sent back to Draco as a result of the discovery of Pitt's secret teleportation machine. Oh. And what became of Circumference, who had a finger in every pie, the Colonel's evil twin? Well, he had come dashing into the field, which they were in. He had been too late to stock world peace and free energy. He had to eat humble pie. He turned to leave with his metaphorical tail between his legs, but he wasn't actually such a bad guy. I guess you could say Circumference was inwardly scaly and green, but his hidden positivity was about to be seen. The circle's work was done. It was time for one hand to let go, now that all was serene. The Colonel let go and reached out to his brother, so this relationship could reconvene. Ah. The 99 others then finally let go to offer a round of applause, and the Colonel reassured his brother that no one was keeping scores. And what or who had created the mystery circle, no other evidence was recovered. Maybe it's okay to leave a little mystery to life. Does everything need to be discovered? Though one important discovery was Herpanway pie. This is a portering pastry dish, which you really should try. Well, I have to try. Send me the recipe, Sophie. Well, we've had black goo trifle, Herpanway yoghurt and Herpanway ice cream. Ben was so inspired by the pie with no E that a recipe for an edible one came to him in a dream. Everyone returned to their daily lives, but it was not a grindstone anymore. Of course, much changed, but much stayed the same, with just more vibrancy and sparkle than before. You've been reading my book really quickly. You really have, Sophie. Knowledge is power, as goes the saying, but applied knowledge is freedom. So down with the New World Order and obeying. Chapter end. Not the end of the story yet. But that's a slice of pie there. And now here's the game board. Here's the game page. And there you see. Who got deported to Draco? Well, that's easy, isn't it? It's right on the top of the pile. The reptilians got reported to Draco. Right, I have to change the film chip soon. Not a problem. The reptilians, there they are. Mean green bastards, aren't they? Right, oh we go. Right, first letter. The first letter is R. There we are. Right, now, chapter 18. Living the Dream. Of course, this latest venture by Ben, Colin and Porters Poet, you see, ended up on the exporters of Panwo TV. Ray, Di and the rest of the world got to hear this breaking news of our Hapanwo heroes had travelled miles. The protractor duo got in contact with everyone, including Farmer Giles. Ray and Di invited all involved to speak at a protractor event in a local pub, which was renamed the Carpenter's Rest after the Circle Makers, and is now a crop circle hub. Is that what the barge has been called now? I don't know. I'll have to ask the Welsh windbag and see what he says. So that's why this name was thought fit to fit best. And that takes us into the present moment, which is where this story had begun. There is a standing ovation from the audience, including the monkeys, even though the presentations have overrun. After hearing from these speakers who had changed their world, the audience is now in awe. It's party time as Max, Woody and Splinter push furniture aside to make room for a dance floor. Cool. The Plankers had rushed to the pub for their presentation and, to be honest, look a bit of a mess. They'd been finishing a Hapanwo themed crop circle commissioned by two witches, no longer in fancy dress. They're so busy making crop circles, everyone wants one, and they feel so proud. They had worn their planking gear for their presentation, but want to look smart for the crowd. So they pop to the pub loo to smarten up and get changed. Such is their transformation as they come out. Several glances in the audience are exchanged. It's planking gear for their presentation. They look so smart. I got that right. Yeah. Blimey, you three scrub up well, says the poet, as the plankers strike poses for some photos. Well, jokes Ben, they took enough time powdering their noses. Splinter looks understandably self-conscious, having never worn mascara. These three are so scantily clad, you'd think the pub is in the middle of the Sahara. Max then throws on a coat over the top of a dress. For summer, it was actually a bit nippy, while Woody makes an awkward attempt at retouching some nipping. Oh, I see. So Woody and Splinter are female. They're female. Oh, right. Okay. Here we go. And here we are. This is the page there. See, there's that page. It's the last page. As we witness Splinter hobbling, having broken a high heel, I guess it's time for one final reveal. You guessed it, Max is short for Maxine. Oh, I see. So Maxine's female too, okay. I couldn't resist a twist to this tale. Did you think the plankers are blokes? Well, all three are female. I didn't guess that, no. I assumed... Well, real crop circle makers tend to be... I think they're all blokes, actually. Okay, what's going on? Is this positive discrimination? No, it's just for the comic effect, sort of the comedic effect. And I'm not making any feminist declaration. Us females can be as funny as you men, you know. Anyway, there's a cool band on next who have two great female vocalists to steal the show. Ray and... I think I already guessed the last question. Ray and Di asked Ben's band, The Black Goo, featuring Porters Poet, to play live. What a promotion! Everyone is now woken up and dancing the night away. The past week really has been quite a commotion. This party scene is going on all over the planet, and this one Wiltshire pub is just a drop in the ocean. As the revellers chat, laugh and dance, the poet realises she's finally found poetry in perpetual motion. As Di and Ray catch each other's eye across the crowded pub, there's something they have to admit. For Di, for a long time it has just been, as Ben would say, die and that's it. Die and that's honestly, I'll tell you what, the Porters Poet has a better memory of my old videos than I do. She really does. As for Ray, he often wondered why women never date nice guys. Romance for him was never a bed of roses. That's another old video of mine. But now something has blossomed. Sometimes we just don't see what's right under our noses. Next year, St. Theo's Day, on the Portering calendar, will be celebrated in a very different atmosphere. But of course, this is merely a work of fiction. Let's just be clear. This is just a half-baked camping tale to give you an appetite for pie, P-I, but with no soggy bottoms, I hope. There's infinite recipes for creating harmony in the world, with whatever you choose as your board and rope. The end. That's lovely, isn't it? Who provided gooey harmony? Well, it is obviously the one, the only, the Black Goo. By the way, I'll be playing a Black Goo song in the titles of this video. Okay. Right, there we are. That's the Black Goo in their pride of place at the end. And into the second letter. Right. The second letter of the Black Goo is H. There we are. All right. Okay, I've got 5 minutes on the film chip now, so it's gonna 6 minutes. No, I mean I've got 5. I think now's a good time to change the film chip, and I need to have a rest. I need to have some Black Goo trifle or something similar. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. I really enjoyed that story. I really did. Okay, I'm back. Right, that's the end of the story. But of course, that's not the entire end. Here we go. Right. Oh look. Oh my goodness. It's Max. It's Splinter and it's Woody. Oh, answers and scoring. Oh my god. They've been kissing me. Answers and scoring. Congratulations on completing this summer Sizzler, Ben. Definitely, it's summer Sizzler. Congratulations on completing the summer Sizzler. Ben definitely scored with these 3 plankers. It's time to stop playing the field, cool off, and see how you scored. Turn over to find out. Right. Ooh, let's have a look. Right, here we go. Right, this is the score. And I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to cheat at all. Right. Chapter 1. The answer was on page 10 was protractor. Yes. Point. So what is it? Right. Check your answers by revisiting the pages using the page reference in the tables below. If you affix the correct sticker, award yourself 5 points in the columns below. So that's 5 there. Okay. Number 2, chapter 2, on page 13, was the 2 witches. Yes, it was. Another 5 points. Number 3, on page 14, was the plankers. Yep, correct. Number 4, that's on page 22, was the Porters Poet. Yay! I know I got some wrong. Number 5 on page 26 was the Man in Black. Yes. Number 6 on page 29 was the Monkeys. Yes. Number 7 on page 32 was the Greys. Yay. I got a few wrong, didn't I? Number 8 on page 36 was the shadow figure, and I got that wrong. Number 9 on page 39 was Ben. Yeah, 5 there. Chapter 10, page 42, circumference. Yes, circumference. Crooning at the fields was circumference. Number 11 on page 48 was Farmer Giles, but I already used that sticker, so I couldn't really do anything about it. So, nothing, alright. Number 52, chapter 12, page 52 was a base grey. Yes. Chapter 13, page 55, a guard. Yes. Number 14, page 58 was Colin. Oh, didn't get that wrong, I put the Colonel. Chapter 15, number 62 was the Colonel. I obviously got that wrong. Chapter 16, page 65 was a base porter. Yes. Chapter 17, page 68 was reptilians. Yes, they got deported to Draco. And of course number 18, chapter 18, number 71 was of course the black goo. Total points. Alright, here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. That's 70 points altogether. Now the bonus point section. Okay. Complete the phrase by entering the letters from your answers. Revisit the page numbers using the page reference below the boxes to do this. If you do not have all the letters, you can make a guess at the phrase. All right. I'm not going to do the letters I got wrong. Okay, I'm not going to cheat. Page 10. It's T. 10. T. Page 10. Protractor. Yes, protractor. Page 13. The two witches, I got that right. H. Page 39. No, that's not, is it? Yeah, page 39. Oh, I see, they're not all necessarily in order. Page 39. I got that right, it's E. Okay. Page 62. Okay, I'm not going to skip that because I couldn't get that one. Page 42. U. Page 26. So I still got there. Page 26. N. Page 36. I did got that wrong. Page 68. So I wasn't sure exactly how that fitted in with the rules, but I've decided I'm not going to put in the letters of any of the pages I got wrong. R, that's reptilians. Oh, sorry, that's the next one. Sorry, good job we've got these rubbers here, haven't we? It's like doing crosswords, this, isn't it? Right, page 52. E, that's the base grey. Page 55. The guard, D. Page 22. I see they haven't Sophie hasn't put them in order, so we can't guess beforehand. That's good. the Porters Poet, I got that right, T. Page 71. There we go. H, the black goo. Page 48. Didn't get that right, so I'm not going to put that in. Page 58. I got that wrong too. Page 29. N. Page 16. Okay. Page 65. E. And page 32. Find your page 32. Y. Y, that's it. So, listen, have you had a go? The correct answer is printed upside down at the top of the inside back cover. If your answer is correct, then award yourself 10 points in the bonus points box below. Add your total points from page 74 to the grand total box below. Then turn over and see what it means. Oh, goodness me. Oh, wow. Let's have a look. This is the. See, here's my answers. Here's my answers there. This is the bonus points section. What does that look like to you? Can you guess that? The 100th and key. I wonder what that could mean. I think it's the 100th monkey. I think it's the 100th monkey, isn't it? The correct answer is printed upside down at the top of the inside back cover. Okay. If your answer is correct, then award yourself 10 points in the bonus box below. Upside down in the inside. Here we go. Look. The 100th monkey. It is. Do you see that there? You see it? The 100th monkey. Yeah, the 100th monkey, yeah. Okay, so award yourself 10 points in the bonus points box below. And then turn over to see what this means. Bonus points 10. There we are, 10. Add your total points from page 74 to this in the grand total box below. So that is actually 80. Then turn over to see what this means. Okay. Your ranking. Oh, look, here we go. That's it. So I've got 80. My grand total is 80. Your ranking. Oh, my goodness me. As it transpires, your mission has been a well-crafted drill to assess your readiness to take part in the upcoming overthrow of the powers that be. See below to find out the kind of part you will be called upon to play when the drill goes live, based on your score out of 100. Right. Well, I got up to 80, so it's up to 70s. That is up to 100. So would that be where I am? I think I'm between 80. I'm 80, sort of halfway. Okay. A roll, a kernel of truth. You set an exemplary monkey, see monkey do example of your loyal band of troops. Step up to the medal table. Aha! And let's see what else I could have got here. If I got up to 70, my role will be head of intelligence. You clearly can tell a monkey's uncle from your auntie dressed up as one. That's good. There may be a medal in this for you. If I got up to 45, it would have been role reconnaissance operator. You pay good enough attention to your environment to take this role. However, don't go ape if you don't receive a medal. Up to 25, role mechanic grease monkey. An important role back at base camp. However, after victory, no one will be erecting a statue in your honour. Up to 10, role tea maker and campsite jester. Due to your monkeying around, you will assume a small role, keeping the troops hydrated and entertained. Oh, God. Oh, there's a glossary here. There's a glossary of terms. Ben, An enthusiastic and passionate ex-hospital porter, I'll just show you the page there, you can pause and read it if you want, who resides in Oxford, UK, named Benjamin Jones, who is the founder of Hapanwo and who seeks to stop the New World Order. Black goo, a substance often associated with aliens and thought to have sentient properties. Black goo trifle, a trifle made with black cherries. That's true, the Porters Poet gave Ben the recipe and he made a video of himself making it. The Black Goo is the Porters Poets band who write songs all about Ben and Hapanwo, which Ben has played on his radio shows, Hapanwo Radio, which airs every Thursday at 8 PM. Blown a node. This is where the contents of the node of a plant are expelled through a hole in the node. Also known as an expulsion cavity, see node. Some theories suggest this results from the contents being heated up in some way and then exploding out of the node. Cereologist, an individual who studies crop circles. Circle makers, those who make crop circles. Cold fusion, said to be a hypothetical type of nuclear reaction occurring around room temperature. There is said to be no existing theory for how this could work, but it's covered up, yes. Colin, one of Ben's good friends who appears in many of his videos, often while driving. That's true. Collective consciousness. This describes the ideas, beliefs and attitudes shared by a group. It is also said that consciousness can be shared by members of a group even if they have not had contact with each other. See 100th Monkey Effect. Disclosure. The act of the government informing us of the existence of extraterrestrials. Draco. Draco is Latin for dragon, and in astronomical terms it describes a constellation of stars located around the sky's north pole. The Draconis. Dragon's urine. What I just drunk. The humorous term Ben uses for orange squash. Elongated nodes. This is where nodes can appear stretched and can also appear bent. See node. Some say this is evidence of paranormal effects, however others say the bending is evidence of phototropism, where the plant continues to grow towards the sunlight after having been flattened. Fractals. Within the field of geometry, a fractal is where a shape progressively reduces in size and the overall shape is the same as the smaller parts within that larger shape. For example, a large triangle made up of smaller triangles. Free energy, an endless supply of energy harnessed by what is around us, which does not cost anything to produce. Grape shot, a smaller circle outside the main crop formation. Grey. A grey is said to be a type of alien. Hapanwo stands for Hospital Porters Against the New World Order. Shame on you if you needed to look that one up. This one up. Hapanwo ice cream. A dessert which Ben made by mixing vanilla ice cream into an almost empty jar of chocolate spread. This makes a chocolatey ice cream. He then fills the rest of the jar up to the top with ice cream and places it in the freezer to set, to be eaten straight out of the jar. Hapanwo TV, Ben's internet channel where he updates his informative and entertaining documentaries. Hapanwo yogurt, a dish which Ben made by mixing red grapes, yogurt and honey together. That's true. You can make it with green grapes, but it's nicer with red. 100th Monkey Effect. The theory that when enough members, a critical mass of a group, display a new behaviour or acquire new knowledge, all the other groups comprised of these same members then quickly and spontaneously experience this shift in consciousness as well. See collective consciousness. The theory comes from a study of monkeys discovering the benefits of washing their potatoes in the sea. Mechanical flattening. Flattening the crops, such as by using wooden boards, rollers, or with your feet. Nest. In a crop circle, a nest is where the crop has been twirled around in a pattern, forming a nest shape. New World Order. A one world autocratic government. Night vision goggles. Goggles which make use of infrared light and thermal imaging for increased vision at night. Node. This is part of a plant stem that looks a bit like a knuckle on a finger and is the fibrous part where the buds grow from. Node bending. This is where the stalk of the plant bends at the node, see node. Some say this is evidence of paranormal effects, others say this is evidence of phototropism, where the plant continues to grow towards the sunlight after being flattened. Peasmore, a small village in Berkshire, UK, where there is said to be a deep underground military base. Perpetual motion, a state of constant movement with no external source of energy. This is said to be a hypothetical state, as it would violate the law of thermodynamics. PGLF stands for Programmable Generated Life Form. A PGLF is said to be a biological organism which has been created artificially and functions within the limitations set out by that which created it. Pi, calculated by dividing a circle's circumference by its diameter. This is denoted using the 16th letter, lowercase, of the Greek alphabet. Plankers, a colloquial term for human circle makers. Porters Poet, sort of a rude term as well. It doesn't have to be rude. Porters Poet, the pseudonym of the anonymous poet who relentlessly sends Ben Pox poems about him and his work because he loves Sir Panwell. Precognitive, having knowledge or perception of an event or state which has not yet been experienced through the form of extrasensory perception. Roswell Revealed, published on the 18th of October 2017. This is the much anticipated sequel to Ben's first book about the Roswell incident, Roswell Rising, a novel of disclosure. The full title of the sequel is Roswell Revealed, A World After Disclosure. That's right. Sacred Geometry, where shapes and patterns are given spiritual meaning. St. Theo's Day. This is celebrated on the 1st of June. St. Theobald was a 12th century saint born in northern Italy and is the patron saint of hospital porters. That's true. Summer solstice is in the northern hemisphere. This marks the beginning of the summer season and is the longest day, thus being the time of year where there is the most daylight. Synchronicity, the principle that seemingly unrelated events can be connected by meaning that they are more than mere coincidence. Tram lines. In farming, tram lines are the parallel lines in the fields where the tractors manoeuvre within the fields. 0 point. With regard to energy in quantum field theory, it is the lowest amount of energy a system might have. Look, and here it is. This is the last bit. You crop the New World Order! The rainbow and the white horse. And that's in Wiltshire, isn't it? That's right, it's in Wiltshire. That's at the White Horse Hill. And finally, at the back, I have to confess, this story really separated the wheat from the chaff for me. Top of the crops, Farmer Giles, Wiltshire, England. And here it's me, somewhere in deepest, darkest Wiltshire. It is the summer of 2018 and witnesses have noticed an unusual lay to the crop, appearances of strange lights and an array of weird characters lurking around the leafy lanes and rolling hillsides. Follow the story from a variety of perspectives and test your powers of recall by affixing a character sticker in answer to the questions as you go along. See if you've got what it takes to help crop the New World Order. And that's me when I went to the St. Fried's Whites at the church. Oh, wonderful! Thank you very much. And let's see what else is in here. What's this? There's more than a pot of gold at the end of your Sizzler. The Order of the 99th Monkey. This is brilliant. You could make a movie out of this. You really could. Oh, wonderful. I'm keeping the rubbish all in one place. Yeah, I love it. There we go. Right, we'll just take these things off. Oh! Rainbow Choc, white chocolate. Oh, reveal our scrumptious chocolate candy surprises. Oh, I like the look of that. Oh, goodness me, what's this? Fizzy rainbow bites. No artificial flavours or colours. Lovely. Goodness me, I'll have no teeth left by the end of this. Right, what's this? Oh, it's just this, right. This is from the Order of the 99th Monkey. You'll never be going round in circles again to find one of these with this attached to your bunch. Hey, what does this say? Oh, I hate to throw all these things away. They're just so wonderful. I hate to open them I really do. What's that? Just dropped something? Oh, what is it? Oh my goodness me! Hey, look! A crop circle key ring. I just was looking for a key ring. Look, that's one of those wonderful crop circles. That's one of my favourites. Oh, thank you very much. I think I'll put that there in there. That's lovely. Right, I think that's everything in that little pouch. Now we've got this one. That's it. Right, here we go. Right. You won't look like a square in these circles. Circles are really hot. Right now, I'd say about 360 degrees. Oh, very funny. Very funny, Sophie. I don't know what dear me. Oh, look! It's something. What's this? Just check there's nothing else in these packets. No. Oh, look! It's a T-shirt. It's a T-shirt with a beautiful crop circle, a fractal crop circle on it, like a Mandelbrot set. No, not a Mandelbrot set. I don't know what that is, but that's beautiful. Thank you so much. It's just the right size for me as well. Oh wow. That's everything in that bit. I'll just put the pen back and the pencil back actually. I think that's everything up there. That's everything up. You see someone's been rolling in the hay here. What's this? Oh right. I feel a crop circle brewing. Right. I've got a feeling this is breakable, so I have to be careful how I open this. It's like Christmas, it really is. It's a mug. Oh look, an alien making crop circles. Oh, I love it. I love that. That's brilliant. I'm not going to drink my tea out from now on. Definitely. Put these down here. Keep the rubbish separate. Right. Oh, there's more in here. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a bottle. Oh, I like that. A bottle. Night vision goggles. Too many of these and you'll be wearing beer goggles. Oh, right, I see. Oh, I see a cap. I see a cap here. So I'll open it from this end, it'll be easier. Oh, look at this! UFO White, crisp, light-bodied and brewed with orange peel and coriander. UFO. Find your next flavour adventure. Visit ufobeer.com. UFO Beer. UFO Beer. I've never heard of this brand. Oh, it's very appropriate, of course. I have to drink it out of that alien cup. Right. Someone's been stamping on your Hapanwo yogurt grapes, not grain. Oh, and it's a little bottle of Hardy's stamp. A little bottle of wine. Ooh. Oh, and what's this? Give those monkeys a shoulder to cry on. The Order of the 99th Monkey. Oh, look, what's this? Oh, what's in here? What's in this? It's a bottle of something again. It's a little bottle of monkey shoulder. I like it, monkey shoulder. Blended malt Scotch whiskey. Oh my goodness me, that'll get me pissed. Monkey shoulder. Give the monkeys a shoulder to cry on. Oh, I love it. Alright, what have we got under here? Oh, there's some more copies of the book. That's good. Because I'll probably want to give one to give some to the other guys. The other members of the people, you know. Right. What's this here? Oh. It's time to stop monkeying around and get your nuts out. Get your nuts out and get cracking. Oh my goodness. Put it very bluntly. Very forthright, aren't you, in your demands? What's this? Oh, nuts! Raw monkey nuts, of course. You've got to have the raw monkey. You've got the monkey nuts, don't you? You have to have them. You can't go without them. Yeah. And finally, we have this. Oh, cheers to the mowing devil. The mowing devil of Hertfordshire. Yeah. It's Hertfordshire honey, isn't it? What's it? Let's have a look. Oh, what's this? Oh no, it's a can of something. Lawnmower. Oh, of course. Lawnmower. Amber lager. The lawnmower amber lager. Oh, nice. Oh, wonderful. I think that's everything. That's everything. Let's have a look. Oh, that's, yeah, I think that's all. Oh, great. I've got here a few more copies of the book. Oh, complete with stickers. Oh, fantastic. With the stickers. So someone can play it again. I'll give it to the other guys to play. Well, they've seen this and they know the answers. Oh, wonderful. There's another one. So we've got 4 others. Enough. I'll give one to Colin. 1, 2. I assume Sophie's got a copy. And there's another one there. And that's, I think that's everything. Yes, I think that's everything. Just double check. That's everything in there. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I really don't. I'm lost for words. It doesn't often happen. It's thank you for everything. And so this has been really one of the most amazing Hapamo TV videos I've ever done. Hospital Porters, pride and dignity. Stop the New World Order.
To make tough decisions from these pro-provisions. Chairs, they are stacked up. The M6 is backed up. And the water looks a crack on. My mood, it will black on. Heavy feet in my shoes, 'cause I got the post-pro blues.